Tiet Tran Hung raised his voice and declared, "If that's the case, I shall announce something as well. From today onwards, Deep Queen is the son-in-law of our Huyat Waiman." Tai Mon Lang raised his sword and shouted at Deep Queen, "You have gone too far." The sect master of Tai Mon intervened. "Calm down, son. Do not be angered by this traitor. Master Tai Mon is right. The most important thing now is to enter the Black Forest and search for the whereabouts of Li Vu Qua and the others." Tai Mon Lang, running behind, called out, "I'm coming, too." "No, you mustn't. If you all enter the Black Forest, how will we split the victory? Besides, Lord Na Lan is not part of the three sects. We have no right to enter the Black Forest." Immediately, the three were blocked by the members of the Huyat Waiman. "It's just a matter of life and death. Let me fight, no matter what. This time, I must go in and find Vu Qua." Inside the trial area, Li Vu Qua suddenly sneezed. Van Kim Tran looked at him with concern. "Are you okay?" Li Vu Qua sniffed and replied, "Maybe I caught a cold." At that moment, Lang Nha had already broken through the side door and shouted. Li Vu Qua clutched his chest. "Why did they get here so quickly? I'm not even dressed yet." Then, the two simultaneously unleashed their techniques, creating an explosion outside. The Lang Nha pack was repelled by waves of attacks. The Lang Tin Thiep Y technique has such powerful energy. Just a combination of sword and blade has the might of the peak of the martial spirit hall. But why haven't we mastered the second layer of double flying fire? Maybe it's because we didn't kiss during training? Kiss my head. Defeat these wolves first. The two held hands, reciting an incantation. In the battle, there is affection. In affection, there is battle. Energy gathers at the Dantian, determined to advance. As the Lang Queen was subdued, the Lang King immediately lunged forward. But the next scene stunned both of them. Who would have thought even beasts could show affection like that? The beast was of the martial spirit level, with intelligence equivalent to a 7 or 8-year-old child. Van Kim Tran, unwilling, tugged his sleeve. "Vu Qua, we did intrude on their territory. Why don't we spare them?" Thinking back, even in my novel, there was a scene where the protagonist spared and allied with others. All right, he thought, even if there's an unexpected situation, with our current strength, we shouldn't fear. Li Vu Qua decided to feed the Lang Queen a healing pill. Moments later, the two Lang Kings were tenderly embracing each other. "You were right. We did invade their territory first. I knew I wasn't wrong about you." At that moment, the Lang Nha wolves shifted their gaze to the two. "Wait, do they want us to go with them? What if it's a trap? Afraid we'll have to intervene and save them?" Van Kim Tran couldn't retort. Li Vu Qua suddenly grabbed her hand and pulled her forward. "Don't worry, I'm here." Van Kim Tran smiled softly, following along, feeling an inexplicable sense of safety around Li Vu Qua. Wow, what happened here? This must be the true core of the Black Forest. Something I never described in detail before. This time, the gamble was right. The wounds on this mystical beast are numerous, and the scars are so deep. It seems that a martial spirit level expert must have caused this. It appears that Nap Land Saint had fled here and, unfortunately, encountered this beast. No wonder the couple from Nap Land City chose this dangerous Black Forest as a place to rest. It must have been out of necessity. Look at this nameplate. These bones belong to the assassins sent by the Hao Tien Divine Sect. Li Vu Tran was astonished. Wow, this is the ruler of the mystical land. This beast is even at the martial spirit level. It's surprising that this mystical essence has survived here for so long without any beasts taking it. Nha Lang-type beasts cannot transcend their realm. If they try to absorb the mystical essence of a higher-level beast, they will explode and die. Hee. In that case, I won't hesitate to take it. At this moment, the soft growl of some Nha Lang beasts made the two turn their heads. Oh my, we've struck it rich. There are so many things. How do you plan to handle this? We split it evenly, each taking half, he said, just as the Lang Queen tugged at his robe. Li Vu Qua looked and shook the ring. Do you want the spirit stones inside this ring? Right, low-level spirit stones, they can absorb these. Little wolves, it's time to eat. Van Kim hesitated, pulling at his sleeve. Vu Qua, this time, don't flaunt the weapons of the Blood Robe sect everywhere. I'll help you bring these spiritual treasures to the black market to sell. I'll give them all to you. But remember, we agreed to split the money evenly. We should go now. The trial is probably ending soon. Whoa, I almost forgot. Let's hurry up. Outside, old Snow Gen roared. You think that in life and death situations, you can choose to fight at will? Nap Lan Mong instinctively dodged sideways. Just as Li Vu Qua stood behind her. Not knowing what was going on, he took the hit and shouted, "Can we talk this out? I'm just an innocent bystander." Hearing the familiar voice, Nap Lan Mong's eyes welled up with tears. She turned around and threw herself into Li Vu Qua's arms, sobbing, I thought you. It's good that you're okay." Beside them, Van Kim Tran ignored the greetings of the junior sisters and stared intently at the pair. Li Van Tam. Then Li Van Tam took out the mystical essence and said, "That's right, the mystical essence from this competition." Sect Master Tay Mon laughed heartily. Ha ha ha, it seems that this year, the leadership position among the three great sects will surely belong to our True Essence sect. Seeing Deep Queen about to leave, Li Vu Qua shouted, "Deep Queen, you rascal, we haven't settled our score yet. As a disciple of the True Essence sect, how dare you? He's no longer a disciple of the True Essence sect but is now the son-in-law of our Blood Robe sect. You have no right to interfere." The disciples of the Blood Robe sect obeyed, and they all left. At this moment, Tay Mon sect master spoke. "Thank you, son-in-law, for saving my beloved disciple and son. From today on, you are an honored guest of the True Essence sect. Sect master, you are too kind. To come to the True Essence sect and train alongside Tay Mon brother and sister Van is my honor." Tay Mon Lang and Van Kim Tran spoke up, welcoming Li Vu Qua's brothers at any time. "This time, many thanks to Prince Ra," Van Kim Tran said. Suddenly, her eyes narrowed slightly because she noticed that Nap Lan Mong was also using a scrutinizing gaze to look at her. Nap Lan Mong glanced down at the sword in Van Kim Tran's hand, which looked very similar to the one Li Vu Qua had shown earlier. "Is this the famous Tiem Tran, my sister? You are always welcome to visit Nap Lan City whenever you have free time," Nap Lan Mong said. The two women, meeting for the first time, sparked an intense confrontation. "Very well. I've long heard of your fame, Sister Nap Lan. I've also heard that your spear skills are exceptional. I've been wanting to spar with you for a while now," Van Kim Tran replied. "That wouldn't be wise, would it? I heard that you've only recently advanced to martial spirit. Competing with me might cause you harm," Nap Lan Mong said with a slight smirk. "Why would that be? Are you afraid, sister?" Van Kim Tran challenged. "I'm only afraid that you might get hurt. But if you insist, we can test our skills another time," Nap Lan Mong responded. Li Vu Qua, standing in the middle and feeling the chill in the air, couldn't help but shiver. He spoke up with a suggestion. "The weather is quite nice today. How about we all go to Nap Lan City and have some noodles?" Both women shouted in unison. "You be quiet, go by yourself." Li Vu Qua, intimidated, quickly nodded. All right, I'll go. Van Kim Tran continued. "Sister, I heard you have an engagement with Tay Mon Lang. So what if I do? I don't have any feelings for him. But an engagement is an engagement," Nap Lan Mong said. Nap Lan Mong wanted to continue, but Van Kim Tran cut her off. "Not liking someone means not liking them. Even if someone gave me mountains of gold and silver, or a palace in the ninth heaven, I still wouldn't like them." Van Kim Tran recalled their time together in the training grounds and smiled. "But if I do like someone, even if he has nothing, even if in the eyes of others he is insignificant, I would still be willing to run away with him." Nap Lan Mong's face turned sorrowful. "I truly admire you. For me, my parents' orders and the matchmaker's words are my fate." Van Kim Tran looked at her and asked, "So you choose to accept your fate, yet treat him coldly for 3 years? You're really cruel." "Yes," Nap Lan Mong admitted. "Over the past 2 months, I've seen him change. He's handled the Li Nok Duong rebellion, developed trade and agriculture, and revitalized Nap Lan City from its ruin on the border." Van Kim Tran tightened her grip on her sword. "So, have these achievements changed how you feel about him? Do you like him as a person or just his ability to earn and lead?" Nap Lan Mong was stunned by the question, momentarily at a loss for words. Van Kim Tran patted her on the shoulder and walked ahead. "Sister Nap Lan, I don't think our duel is necessary anymore. The outcome is already clear." Nap Lan Mong was left speechless, thinking, this girl truly has a sharp tongue. That evening, at the ManhWa pavilion, Li Vu Qua sat drinking with the camp leaders, watching the idols sway their hips. Suddenly, he noticed Bok Lin Lung sitting down next to him. Li Vu Qua greeted her. "It's been a long time, Miss Lin Lung, are you still working at ManhWa Pavilion? Where else could I go but ManhWa Pavilion? She replied with a hint of teasing. Or is it that Lord Vu Qua wants to take me in as a concubine? Guan Van Pham, already drunk, chimed in. Lin Lung, you are as beautiful as a flower. Perfectly suited for elder brother here. Tak Hoang, the eldest, laughed mockingly. I dare not hope for such lavish happiness. Lin Lung added playfully. I'm better off as the next matron at ManhWa Pavilion. Luckily, the commander saved me in a moment of crisis, otherwise, I'd have long lost my life. She said, leaning in closer to Li Vu Qua. By the way, I came to see you today for a reason. The sisters found this while entertaining guests. She handed him an item. Li Vu Qua looked at the token and clenched his teeth. In Gao Huyat City's blood robe guard, they haven't given up. The others' faces darkened. Enemies? The ones who caused trouble at the tavern last time. Continued drinking and talking. Gentlemen, if you need anything, just tell the servants. Lin Lung said as she stood up to leave. Leaning close to Li Vu Qua's ear, she whispered, Li Lord, I won't lock my door tonight. 3 men with heart-shaped eyes waved at her. Take your time, Lady Bok. Li Vu Qua, suppressing the urge to drool, coughed. Back to business. Back to business. He handed out storage rings. Each of you take one. Inside each is 1.000 low-grade spiritual stones. Train diligently and reach at least martial master level within 3 months. In Gao Huyat City's blood robe guard numbers 20.000. If we don't strengthen ourselves, winning is unlikely. Remember, this concerns the survival of Nan City. No slacking. Rest assured, eldest brother, leave it to us, they replied. After the meeting dispersed, someone tugged at Li Vu Qua's sleeve. He looked back in surprise and saw the pale face of the person behind him. His heart raced. Could it be Nap Lan Mong coming to capture me? But it was Quan Tuyat who stood there, smiling. Young master, I've been waiting for you at the door for a long time. Li Vu Qua sighed in relief. Why are you here, little maid? Quan Tuyat hesitated. I was worried about you. Young master, so I came, but with so many people inside, I didn't dare come in. You silly girl. It's all right, let's go home together. Quan Tuyat joyfully replied. Yes, young master. Here, take this, Li Vu Qua said, handing her a pouch. Inside are 500 snow spirit fruits. Eat one each day. Haha, young master is too kind to me. Since I started eating snow spirit fruits, I feel like I can freeze water with just my breath. That's good, keep eating them, and you'll grow stronger. Does that mean I can stay by your side every day? Of course, Li Vu Qua reassured her. Suddenly, Quan Tuyat sensed a hostile gaze from behind. Young master, there's someone suspicious following us. I noticed them too, Li Vu Qua whispered. Don't be afraid, let's turn into this alley. The two of them turned into an alley and then stopped. Li Yu Guo shouted out. I don't know which friend it is who's so diligently following us. Why don't you come out so we can fulfill our duty as hosts? Scoundrel, how surprising that you managed to notice us. What a pity, I originally intended to let you live a few more hours. Li Yu Guo turned around with a bright smile. That's a line I should be saying to you all. A bunch of blood-clad sect rats. No way, how did this bastard recognize us? It doesn't matter. Kill him first, a mere martial artist. Then framed Chen Yuan Zong. Li Yu Guo drew out his wolf fang blade. If you want my life, come and take it. Seeing him charge alone, Zhun Shui called out, Young master, let me help you. Li Yu Guo slashed out with the blood demon blade technique. These little rats are mine. Girl, just stay back and watch. Damn it, how does he know the secret techniques of our sect? Li Yu Guo leisurely engaged the blood-clad sect group, still relaxed enough to wink back at Zhun Shui. Girl, you're my secret weapon. Until you grow stronger, you shouldn't act. Zhun Shui was stunned. I'm the young master's secret weapon? I must consume more snow spirit fruits. Grow stronger quickly to stay by the young master's side. Li Yu Guo turned to the group. I'll teach you a bit of blood-clad sect's techniques. With just one move, the fiery blood strike, the entire blood-clad sect group was decimated, leaving only the leader kneeling in front of Li Yu Guo. I'll give you a chance to live. Tell me how many more of your people are in Nan City. The man shouted, Long live the blood-clad sect, and grabbed the wolf fang blade to slash his own throat, committing suicide. A slicing sound, fresh blood sprayed out. Li Yu Guo covered Zhun Shui's eyes, muttering. Unexpectedly, This time the blood-clad sect sent a zealot. Wait, for him to commit suicide so decisively. Could it be that there are even more bloodguards in Nan City? Girl, quickly, we must return to the mansion at once. Yes, young master, wait for me. At Nan Mansion, Li Yu Guo burst into the study and shouted, "Dear, are you all right?" Nan Meng looked up, startled. What? Li Yu Guo breathed a sigh of relief. It's nothing, as long as you're okay. Yu Guo, you arrived just in time. I have something to show you. Li Yu Guo took the paper. Who sent this? What is this good thing you want to show me? But as he read the contents, his face changed abruptly. I'm being dismissed? On the paper, 2 large words stood out, divorce. Li Yu Guo slammed the table, shouting, what are you talking about? Nan Meng's trembling hands clenched as she asked again. Didn't you hear me clearly? I was only using you to rebuild Nan City. Now you're dismissed. Leave Nan City today. And don't come back. Li Yu Guo sensed something was wrong and calmed down. Nan Meng isn't a heartless person like this. What has really happened here? It's best to play along for now. The Snow Army advanced. Young master. Madam, what happened? Is there some misunderstanding? Li Vu Qua responded. No matter the reason, I agree with you. Let's go. Little girl. After Li Vu Qua left, the couple, Quan Van Pham and his wife, looked at each other. Is this really the right thing to do? Quan Van Pham asked. Nan Mong didn't answer but instead inquired. What's the current situation outside? The Bloodguard assassins, Quan Van Pham said, were just dealt with. You're not mistaken. The Bloodguard is divided into 3 groups, river, forest, and southern border, attacking Nan City from 3 directions. It is predicted that they will launch a full-scale assault in 2 days. Unbelievable, Nan Mong said. The poison sect has also sent 500 poison sorcerers. Among the enemy forces, there are a large number of martial artists, including several grand masters and even a few martial spirits. This situation is worse than I could have imagined. I hope Vu Qua leaves in time. Quan Van Pham tried to reassure her. Actually, Big Brother is very strong. If he joins the battle, we will surely win. It's not that I don't trust him, Nan Mong said, but I owe him too much. Just this once. I want to protect him. He shouldn't have to pay such a heavy price for Nan City. Van Pham, my husband, she continued, we've fought hard to be together. You should leave as well. We're not afraid, Quan Van Pham replied. Our lives were saved by Big Brother. If we can hold off the Bloodguard for even a moment, it's worth it. Wherever Van Pham goes, I will go. Cho Shi chimed in. Nan Mong's eyes became resolute. For Vu Qua, I will personally take Deep Queen's life. Outside, the 2 hurried away. Young master, slow down, Quan Tuyat called out. Young master, don't be disheartened. Madam was wrong to send you away for no reason. Quan Tuyat will always be by your side. Li Vu Qua didn't respond, he was lost in thought. She's pushing me away. Why? This wasn't how the story was supposed to unfold, he thought, clapping his hands in realization. I'm such a fool for not realizing it sooner. According to his plan, it was almost time for Deep Queen to attack Nan City. His actions had forced Deep Queen to leave Chanwen sect. It's likely that Deep Queen will soon strike Nan City. No wonder there are so many Bloodguards. Nan Mong must have figured it out. Wait, I know what to do now. I hope this time I make the right choice. Wife, wait for me at Chanwen sect's gates. The Bloodguard soldiers surrounded Vong Tu Thai's post and shouted. Zeman, the rebellious Bloodguard has given you one last chance. In half an hour, come out, surrender, and declare that Chanwen sect submits to the Bloodguard. If you comply, we will remove these cannons. Amidst the formation, Gohan Nhi yawned boredly. The Bloodguard really is shameless, she said. They make a mistake and still have the audacity to come to our doorstep and negotiate. Even dragging the poison sect into this. If not, don't blame me for being unmerciful, she added. One of the poison sect members muttered. Still, the Bloodguard's strength is formidable. The leader must have considered this many times before agreeing to the alliance. My father, he is really too terrifying. Alright, I've made my decision. After all, they don't need me here. I will go to Nan City and inform that Li Vu. Young lady, you mustn't. Even though Brother Li once saved us, he is now the one blood robe guards want to kill. Hee. Isn't this why everyone is helping me keep this hidden? You all, come with me. The others, follow the leader's instructions. Ah, young lady, wait for me. Inside the True Origin sect's main hall. Master, the Blood Robe sect has already attacked the mountain. Zemin Lang gritted his teeth. These beasts dared to directly attack us here. Yun Qinshan suggested. Master, I believe we should seek help from Nan City. Nan City has more than 1,000 troops. They might be able to assist us in breaking the siege. No. Nan City is full of commoners and bandits who have just been trained. Their combat power is very low. Tiet Zhen hung. During my grave injury, Nan City has not yet risen. He wants to take this opportunity to claim dominance in the north. As he finished speaking, he coughed up a mouthful of blood. That damned Deep Queen. He made my father so angry that he got an internal injury. This grudge cannot go unavenged. Master, how should we fight now? Pass down the order to initiate the True Origin sword formation. True Origin sect disciples, prepare to fight to the death. The time has come. It seems True Origin sect. You chose not to drink the toast, but to drink the penalty instead. Men, set it on fire. A series of fiery projectiles were launched, striking the Grand Sect's protective formation. Seeing the True Origin sword formation unscathed, Wang Tu Tui was not surprised, and sneered. So, True Origin sect still has this trick up its sleeve? If long-range attacks don't work, then let's go hand to hand. Blood Robe Iron Cavalry, charge! The shouts of, kill! Kill! Began to echo. Zemin Lang gritted his teeth. This group numbers at least 10,000. Master, we've already lost many fellow disciples. We can't continue like this. We should find a way to retreat to Nan City first. Go! Zemin, the sect leader, sighed. It seems heaven wants to destroy the True Origin sect. All disciples, hear my command. Protect the core disciples as they break through the siege, and head to Nan City to temporarily seek refuge. Everyone shouted, yes, and supported each other as they retreated. Wang Tu Tui, slaughtering his way through, shouted, you think you can run? Dream on. He rushed forward, slashing at Zemin Lang. Yun Qinshan shouted in alarm. Senior brother, Master, Zemin, the sect leader, stood in front and said, Lang, go, take the disciples and leave. Zemin Lang was stunned. But father, what about you? The sect leader, Zemin, exploded with power and shouted, go now. Wang Tu Tui smirked. Such lowly talent. I truly want to see how you'll struggle when you're already injured. The sect leader Zemin roared. True Origin art. One thought awakens. Ha ha ha. How satisfying. Wang Tu Tui used the demonic slash art and lunged forward to meet him in battle. With a loud explosion, smoke and dust dispersed, revealing two figures. Wang Tu Tui, injured all over, laughed heartily. Ha ha ha. Not bad, not bad. Looking over at Zemin, the sect master, the old man had two blades embedded in him. Seeing this, Zemin Lang couldn't help but feel deep sorrow and said in a trembling voice, Father, father. Zemin, the sect master, without turning back, said, Langer, your father can only accompany you this far. Zemin Lang shouted, Father, and tried to rush forward. But Van Kien Tran held him back, shouting, Senior brother, go quickly. We cannot let down our master's wishes. On Li Yu Guo's side, Zhen Shui curiously asked, Young master, where are we going? We're almost there. Girl, are you tired? Zhen Shui obediently replied. Zhen Shui is not tired. As long as I can be with the young master, Zhen Shui won't feel tired no matter where we go. Just then, a cry for help came from afar. Help, help. Li Yu Guo turned his head towards the sound. Why does that voice sound so familiar? Looking over, he saw Gohan Nhi surrounded by a pack of wolves. Li Yu Guo lightly called out, Stop. The two wolf kings obeyed, instantly wagging their tails like tamed dogs. Gohan Nhi was stunned. She had been looking for him, yet unexpectedly found him here. Li Yu Guo asked in surprise, Isn't this junior sister Han Nhi? Why have you come to Lin Zhe Mountain? And without informing me, I would have prepared a proper welcome. And you wolves, why have you come out of Hak Zam Forest? Gohan Nhi collected her bees and responded, Because my bees know the way. I was also wondering why you weren't in Nan City. But it's fortunate you weren't there. Chen Yuan sect is about to be destroyed by the Bloodclad sect. And their next target is Nan City. Hearing this, Li Yu Guo's face changed color. He anxiously grabbed Gohan Ni's hand and asked, What did you say? Chen Yuan sect destroyed? Brother Yu Guo, don't panic. Listen to me carefully. 10 minutes later. Brother Yu Guo, I risked my life to come here to inform you. Li Yu Guo fell into deep thought. He hadn't expected the threat to Nan City to come so soon. And to involve even the Chen Yuan sect with 20,000 blood-clad guards. The situation was more serious than he had imagined. It seems I need to pick up the pace. Thank you. Junior sister Hi Nhi. Wait here with the others. I'm going to find a powerful ally. Jun Shui cheered. Young master, you can do it. Outside the city gates, the flags of the blood-clad sect fluttered. Master, the walls of Nan City. We don't know what sorcery was used to build them. Our blood-clad cannons simply cannot breach them. The amount of spirit stones consumed is enormous. What do you think? Continue the attack. Keep bombarding. I refuse to believe that this tiny city is so fortified that it can't be broken. Deep Queen spoke up. Father-in-law, I have a plan. What brilliant strategy do you have? Wise child? Please share. We can choose to launch a direct assault on the city gate, while also erecting ladders. That way, their forces will definitely be split. For defense, we take that opportunity to move the blood-clad cannons within 100 meters and launch a direct attack on the city. If Nan Mong is truly a district chief who loves her people, she will open the gates and surrender. Tiet Chan Hung turned to ask. If so, what about the people in the city? Deep Queen sneered. If she relies on desperate measures to resist, we will only agitate the common people further. When word spreads that Nan Mong resolutely refuses to surrender, only then can we justify blowing up the city. That is what true ruthlessness is. It shows a man's resolve. Pass the order to raise the siege ladders. Deep Queen said with a sinister smile. Dealing with someone as cunning as Li Vu Qua doesn't require honor or fair play. Winning this battle is all that matters. Afterward, my words will hold more weight in Ngao Huyat City. On the city walls, voices murmured. No wonder the eldest brother could provide such miraculous materials to construct walls so strong that they seem unbreakable. Exactly. Who would have thought that this so-called cement would become so solid once hardened? Those iron reinforcements form a network covering the entire wall surface. The leader went through great lengths to achieve this. I've already sent Chao Ti to seek aid from my father. But we must remain vigilant. Our main task now is to hold the city and protect the scattered populace. Nan Mong thought to herself. Worried. Vu Qua, where are you now? Are you safe? Just then, a soldier ran up and shouted. 5/10 of the populace has already been evacuated. On the way out, some of the people encountered disciples from Chan Nguyen sect. Nan Mong's eyes narrowed in confusion. Chan Nguyen sect? Why are they here? Van Kim Tran approached, his face weary. Zimin sect's master is dead. The remaining disciples of Chan Nguyen sect wanted to seek refuge in Nan City but were surprised to find it under siege. So, if Nan City falls, everyone will end up in Tiet Chan Hung's hands. Nan Mong realized. That's right, sister. We have only you to rely on now. We, the disciples of Chan Nguyen sect, will also fight with all we have to protect Nan City. But where is Li Vu Qua? A disciple asked. He is safe for now. Nan Mong replied. Suddenly, the enemy's attacks intensified. Siege ladders rose, pressing forward to scale the walls. They're trying to climb the walls? Nan Mong shouted. Bring the barrels of oil. We must not let them breach the walls. We have to hold out until reinforcements arrive. Barrels were hurled down, exploding and repelling the blood-robed men from climbing. Well done. I didn't expect them to have hidden weapons with such power. The oil barrels are formidable, a leader barked. Capture Nan Mong alive. I must learn how to make these oil barrels. The blood-robed men, obeying orders, surged up the ladders with reckless abandon. Nan Mong's concern grew. How much longer can we hold out like this? Chao Ti rushed in, panting. Lord, I've returned. Have my father's reinforcements arrived? Nan Mong asked urgently. I was intercepted by the first prince and nearly captured. Chao Ti said. There's no sign of the third prince. How did it come to this? Suddenly, Chao Ti produced a hidden weapon and shouted. Watch out, sister-in-law. Thunk, thunk. The ambush was thwarted as Chao Ti intercepted the blood-robe men trying to sneak in. Damn those blood-robe guards. Using corpses to bolster their attack strength. We may not have a way to withstand this much longer. Nan Mong clenched her fists. Realizing bitterly, I should have known that when my father sent me here. He was already abandoning me. Deep Queen sneered. Right now, the most important thing for me is to protect the people in the city. Nap Lan Mong proclaimed loudly. Soldiers of Chu Vi, are you afraid of death? Haha, what's there to fear with this fragile life? We're already beyond fearing death, one shouted. Good, Tran Lao, can you two take all the elites and defend the city gate. Tran Long, continue guiding the citizens to evacuate. Nap Lan Mong ordered. Yes, ma'am, they responded in unison. Nap Lan Mong continued her directives. The rest of you, follow me, we will fight to the death to protect this wall. Until the last drop of blood is shed. Sister, your courage is unmatched, a disciple of Chan Win sect said. We won't fall behind either. Two of them stood back to back. Sister, shall we duel together? I won't lose this time. They charged forward, determined. Boom, boom, the city gate began to splinter under the onslaught. Showing signs of cracking. Push harder, I'm done waiting, Deep Queen commanded from behind. Bring out the blood-eyed flood dragon. I want these stubborn Nap Lan City fools to pay a steep price. The blood-robed men strained to pull a massive creature forward, a crimson-eyed flood dragon. Trapped in a steel cage, which was soon released. Deep Queen clasped his hands and fawned. Father-in-law, you truly are the king of Bak Kai. With the blood-tide overlord, taking Nap Lan City won't even require lifting a blade. Haha, this will show all of Bak Kai what happens when you oppose Tiet Chan Hung. 3 carts filled with spiritual stones were pushed towards the dragon. It opened its mouth, swallowing all the stones. The defenders on the wall gasped in horror. Could it really be a flood dragon? Someone muttered. After absorbing the spiritual stones, the creature unleashed a devastating roar, attacking the city wall. Boom! A massive explosion followed. When the dust settled, a significant portion of the wall was gone, leaving a gaping breach. The dragon slithered forward, mouth wide open, heading straight for Nap Lan Mong. If there is another life, Vu Qua, I hope we meet again, she whispered. Suddenly, the ground trembled. The dragon was knocked aside by something huge. Li Vu Qua stood atop the mighty Long Kai King, shouting, I'm here, who dares touch Nap Lan City? Nap Lan Mong gasped. Vu Qua, the enraged flood dragon, having been struck, roared and lunged at her once more. Li Vu Qua yelled, Kai, I'm counting on you. The ancient turtle growled, you think I need you to remind me? I've been waiting impatiently. It used its tentacles to wrap around Nap Lan Mong, pulling her aside. Why did you come back? She asked. Tears in her eyes. My love, your acting was terrible, Li Vu Qua teased. The blood-robed men panicked. Impossible. Why is the king of Lin Zhe Mountain, the Long Kai King, helping this nobody? The blood-eyed flood dragon is being overpowered. But we sacrificed so many spiritual stones. Li Vu Qua gently brushed his hand against Nap Lan Mong's cheek. You've worked hard, my love, he said tenderly. Hurry up and defend the city gate. Be careful. Don't worry. Leave this to me. Hee. So this is the strongest blood-robe guard of the northern city defense? So you've finally shown yourself. I thought you would stay a coward hiding forever. So what if the Dragon King withdraws from Nap Lan City? It's already held back by the blood eye of the dragon. We still have over 10,000 blood-robe guards. Blood-robe guards, hear my command. The gate of Nap Lan City has fallen. Charge into the city and slaughter. Li Vu Qua spat out. Dreaming, are you? At that moment, from afar, numerous dark dots surged forward. The snow troops rode in, and the Lang Queen shouted, Young master, I have arrived. The Lang Nha immediately broke through the rear defense of the blood-robe sect. Run, it's a pack of Lang Nha. The Lang Queen charged straight at Snow Gen Hung. He coldly uttered, a mere Lang Nha king dares to show off in front of me? Beast, die. With a thunderous sound, the Lang Queen leapt aside to dodge the attack. At that moment, Li Vu Qua's shout came from behind Gen Hung. City Lord, your opponent is me. Gen Hung snorted, catching Li Vu Qua's kick with one hand and gathering energy with the other. Li Vu Qua also focused power in his palm, and the two clashed, neither gaining the upper hand. Gen Hung was stunned. Impossible, you're just a grand martial master. How could you withstand a blow from a peak martial spirit like me? Haha, the real show has just begun. Gen Hung sneered. With your pitiful skills, let's see how long you can hold against this. As expected, Li Vu Qua couldn't hold for long and was sent flying by Gen Hung's strike. His hands shook violently after the blow. Damn, my hands are completely numb. Luckily, I managed to absorb all of the serpent spring, reaching the peak of Grand Martial Master level, just one step away from martial spirit. Otherwise, I wouldn't have dared to face him. Father, are you okay? Tuyat Nhi worriedly asked. Deep Queen spoke up. Father-in-law, let me teach this brat a lesson. I'm fine. Jen Hung waved his hand. This brat may be able to block one of my strikes, but he's definitely not my match. Your old injuries aren't healed yet, just watch from the side and don't interfere. Li Vu Qua chuckled to himself. Jen Hung's act is quite amusing. He opened the system panel and, as expected, found that the relationship between fame and credibility was correlated. Before becoming the Blood-Robed sect's son-in-law, his prestige had already risen to 95%. Now, after attacking and failing to take Nan City, it only dropped slightly to 90%. When the Dragon King arrives, his credibility will soar, increasing his prestige by 5% to reach 25%. Li Vu Qua, you brat. While Li Vu Qua was distracted, Jen Hung launched another strike. Li Vu Qua quickly drew his sword to block, but in his haste, he took a full hit with a loud crash. Li Vu Qua was sent flying, unable to withstand a single move. All elders, follow my command. Kill that brat and hang his head at the gates of Na Lan Pass. Van Pham roared in anger, punching the air fiercely. Tiet Tran Hung must be afraid of backlash, so he dares not use the Blood Demon external technique and instead captures the council elders. Van Kim Tran immediately said, I'll go help him. Cough, cough. I thought you were in danger at Chan Nguyen sect, she said with a hint of resentment. Li Vu Qua replied earnestly, if you die, I will definitely avenge you. Van Kim Tran's face flushed as she turned away. At least you know how to act human. So, do you want to use that move? Li Vu Qua pulled her into his embrace and answered, of course. Deep Queen, witnessing this scene, couldn't help but feel a surge of hatred. Gritting his teeth, that couple, Sister Van was supposed to be mine. Tuyat Ni, seeing his expression, felt sorrowful. Brother Deep has probably never liked me. What he admires is only my powerful family background. Li Vu Qua and Van Kim Tran charged forward, executing the combined blade and sword technique. With wings of flames at their backs, the two attacked from above and below simultaneously. An elder at the front tried to raise his blade to block them, but the unexpected intensity of the attack shattered his defense. Slash, slash asterisk. He was torn apart by waves of sword energy. The onlookers on both sides were stunned. How can the combined power of these two be so much stronger than our level? One elder suggested, even if their technique is peculiar. There are only two of them. Why don't we take turns? Brother, you have superior skills. Please go first. You jest. Brother, you go first. How could I dare? The two bickered, neither daring to make the first move. Li Vu Qua sighed. You members of Huyat Waiman really are just a bunch of cowardly turtles. No more. Tiet Tran Hung roared. All of you, attack together. Li Vu Qua smirked. Now that's more like it. He slashed forward, repeating the technique, just as an elder tried to counter with a sly strike aimed at Li Vu Qua's waist. Li Vu Qua couldn't anticipate the devious move, and his expression shifted. Watch out, Vu Qua, Van Kim Tran shouted, slicing off the elder's arm with her sword. Li Vu Qua took the opportunity to kick the elder away. Let me show you what true sword and blade coordination is, he declared. Slash, slash asterisk. The pair continued their synchronized attacks, leaving the crowd in awe. Tiet Tran Hung was alarmed. What kind of technique is this? Even a martial spirit master can't withstand 3 moves. If you withdraw your forces now, I might consider sparing your life. Li Vu Qua said coldly. He killed my master and many of my sect members. I will not forgive him. Then come at me if you wish. I'll send you to reunite with your master. Li Vu Qua retorted. At that moment, from above, someone descended with a thundering impact. Van Kim Tran's eyes widened in shock. Not good, it's him. Who is that? Li Vu Qua asked. That is Tiet Khan Thien, former master of Huyat Waiman and the man who led the siege on Blood City. She explained. Tiet Tran Hung clasped his hands. Father, I didn't expect you to step in personally. Your child feels ashamed. Ha, you still have shallow knowledge. These two juniors are using the supreme dual cultivation technique. This technique cannot be executed by a single person. However, if 2 people simultaneously activate it, the power is extraordinary. Tiet Khan Thien, I am not someone who doesn't keep their word. The martial arts couple. Do you two want to compete with me in a match? If I lose, I will immediately lead the blood-robe sect to retreat. But if I win, then you must hand over this dual cultivation technique to me. Li Vu Qua thought. This old fox. He calculates everything to his advantage. Truly meticulous planning. I remember Tiet Khan Thien is at the level of martial king. But the power of the wolf-love concubine intent decision is also immense. After thinking, he agreed for us to test ourselves. Van Kim Tran worried. Vu Qua, this technique is worth a fortune. This exchange is not reasonable at all. Seeing no response from him, Van Kim Tran couldn't help but ask again. I know you want revenge. But the situation at Nan City and the True Origin sect is not optimistic. If we use all our strength to settle this, I'm afraid we might lose more than just comrades and friends. Why not let it be if we can? Tiet Khan Thien raised his blade. Then I will use you as the first cut. Li Vu Qua raised his blade to block. But the attack did not succeed. Tiet Khan Thien immediately retreated. He looked at the chipped edge of the blade and said, the blade in your hand is truly a fine sword. After that block, Li Vu Qua's hand was also bleeding. The power of a martial king is indeed formidable. Sorry, I was a bit careless. I haven't reached the level of martial spirit yet. So I'm holding you back. Then let's fight together. Both immediately activated their sword and blade fusion. Attacking. Tiet Khan Thien used the blood demon art, creating a blood barrier to shield himself. Not only did it protect him, but it also repelled the two attackers. The disciples shouted, Master Patriarch, unmatched in power. Master Patriarch, unmatched in power. It seems Father has successfully broken through. There is no rival for him in this northern region now. Li Vu Qua is doomed today. Haha, it's over. Sister Van is probably unable to hold on. Guan Van Pham questioned. Why? From my observation, their technique uses vital energy for a short duration, with immense power at the peak, but cannot sustain for long periods. And Sister Van, after running and being chased all day and night, hasn't even had a chance to drink a sip of water. On this side, the two had already clashed. Tiet Khan Thien, with his superior level, completely overwhelmed them. Both joined forces again, performing the blade and sword fusion, but were pushed back by his barrier. Van Kim Tran panted, it's no use. We can't break through from any angle. Is this the power of a martial king? Very well. You, a grand martial master, and one who just entered martial spirit, can fight with me this long. But do you know why a martial king is called a martial king? It's because of their bloodline manifestation. Let me show you the true power of a martial king. Li Vu Qua reassured. Don't be afraid. I feel like we're on the verge of reaching the second level of double-winged flight. Recite the incantation silently. If we can comprehend the second layer, then there's hope for victory. Van Kim Tran followed suit, holding his hand as they both muttered the incantation together. Understanding my heart, feeling compassion, this love aligns with heaven. Tiet Khan Thien, speechless amidst the fierce battle, muttered, fighting life and death here. And they're still holding hands, flaunting their love, and reciting romantic verses as if I'm air. Fine, I'll do the world a favor and let you lovebirds die together. Boom, a man and a beast were halted by the power of love. Outside, the elder was shocked. This is impossible. At that moment, Li Vu Qua and Van Kim Tran appeared with magnificent, flaming wings on their backs. Inside their conscious space. Hey, where are we? Li Vu Qua wondered. Did we successfully master the second level? Where's Van Kim Tran? When he turned, he was stunned. The sight of her figure left him nosebleeding uncontrollably. Van Kim Tran, realizing his gaze, screamed, you pervert. Li Vu Qua clutched his head. No, wait, how does she know what I'm thinking? Is it possible that after mastering the second level, our thoughts are connected? He recalled how exhilarating it was in the serpent spring. Her skin is so smooth, I just want to kiss her. Stop, don't think silly things anymore. He struggled internally, unable to control his mind. Van Kim Tran blushed, mortified. He's seen everything. Who will marry me now? Will he take responsibility? Li Vu Qua read her thoughts and chuckled. Haha, stay focused, you silly girl. Concentrate on the enemy. Outside, Tiet Khan Thien raised his blade and shouted. No matter what bizarre sorcery you use, you will not defeat my blood python. Their eyes met with determination. Van Kim Tran flew forward to parry the elder's blade, then retreated to let Li Vu Qua handle the counterattack. She gasped. So what you said before was true. My bloodline is indeed that of the divine vermilion bird. Li Vu Qua, full of confidence, responded. Have I ever lied to you? Now we can execute the second-tier technique of our martial art. Lovers' winged union. The two unleashed the double-winged flight, sweeping forward with unmatched force. The elder was terrified. How? How can it be? How can you possess the vermilion bird's bloodline? They split to either side, focusing on killing the elder's serpent first. As the serpent died, the elder coughed up blood, suffering from the backlash. Li Vu Qua laughed triumphantly. The higher the level, the stronger the connection to one's bloodline. If your bloodline is harmed, so are you. Did you really think I didn't know that? The elder quickly conjured a barrier to block Li Vu Qua's attack. Gritting his teeth, you can't suppress me. You forced my hand. Prepare for my death move. I am the martial king. Wielding the blood demon external technique, Sea of Blood. Eternal life. At the city wall, Na Lan Mong shouted. Quickly form the formation to protect the people. Brace for impact. Everyone, hold tight and channel all your energy into the convergence of the two weapons. Once the power was gathered, the two launched their counterattack. Boom! Ahead, two forces clashed continuously, accompanied by the sound of explosions. Nap Lan Mong anxiously looked on. You must survive, she whispered. As the smoke and dust cleared, Li Vu Qua and Ban Kim Tran waited for the result. At that moment, Tiet Con Thien had already lost an arm, still holding the sword hilt, and both father and son. Tiet Tran Hung gasped. Father, grandfather, Li Vu Qua declared. The outcome is clear. Will you not retreat? You damned brat, you dare kill my father. In a life and death duel, fate is decided by the heavens. If I were the one defeated, I would face the same fate. Li Vu Qua replied. Tiet Tran Hung gritted his teeth, unwilling to give up. Li Vu Qua challenged him again. What now? If you are still unsatisfied, I can let you experience that move again. Tiet Tran Hung glanced at his battle line and hesitated. Reluctantly, he shouted, Blood Robe Guards, retreat. Finally, the members of the Blood Robe sect withdrew without further conflict. Li Vu Qua's voice trembled. They're finally gone. Then, both collapsed from exhaustion. Nap Lan Mong ran over, shouting, Vu Qua, and sat beside him. After witnessing everything that had happened that day, Nap Lan Mong couldn't help but let her mind wander. What kind of cultivation technique is Lang Tin Thiep Y? Do you really think Ban Kim Tran is better than me? Forget it. My greatest wish now is just to see you wake up. Li Vu Qua slowly opened his eyes, and Nap Lan Mong, overcome with emotion, covered her mouth and asked, Did we win? Nap Lan Mong nodded in confirmation. Hearing his voice, Ban Kim Tran and the snow troops entered. Vu Qua, you're finally awake. You've been unconscious for 7 days and 7 nights. Young master, I almost thought you wouldn't wake up, sobbed Quan Tuyet, throwing herself at Li Vu Qua, nearly making him faint. Careful, my wounds hurt, he exclaimed. Nap Lan Mong glanced outside. Vu Qua, do you want to go out and see? Everyone is worried about you. Young master, I'll help you outside. Li Vu Qua frowned at the scene before him. It hadn't been easy to build a sturdy wall. And now, in the blink of an eye, it was gone. Hearing that Li Vu Qua had awoken, people came running from all directions. The crowd surrounded him. Commander, you're our great hero, someone praised. Haha, the great hero has finally woken up. I got to see him. The commander is amazing, so cool. Nap Lan Mong, filled with joy, thought, without Vu Qua, Nap Lan City would probably no longer exist. From now on, no one will call him the Gambling King anymore. Starting today, Li Vu Qua is the savior hero of Nap Lan City. The Dragon King Gui spoke sharply. Boy, have you forgotten me? Considering your efforts in defending the city with us. Each day, 1 more barrel, he added. 3 barrels of dried fish per day, deal. Gui shouted. Niu take the senior Dragon King Gui to assist in rebuilding the wall. Understood. Li Vu Qua held the money pouch, tears streaming down his face. This time, I'm bleeding dry. Suddenly, someone patted him on the shoulder. Hee, the magical artifacts and treasures. I helped you sell them earlier. Li Vu Qua said. Can you guess how much they sold for? How much? He asked. 5 million taels of silver and 100,000 pieces of low-grade spiritual stones. That much? Looks like we won't be short on manpower or funds for rebuilding and expanding the city this time. Li Vu Qua said, surprised. Nap Lan Mong suggested, since Nap Lan City has been destroyed and most things are starting from scratch, why not change its name? Then let's rename it to Thien Lang City. That has a nice ring to it. Someone chimed in, Brother Vu Qua, Chan Nguyen sect has been completely wiped out. My fellow disciples and I have decided to join Thien Lang City. That's great news. With the help of Chan Nguyen sect, Thien Lang City is sure to thrive and flourish. We can even unify the sect and the city into one entity, similar to the Blood Robe sect. Speaking of the Blood Robe sect, we cannot afford to let our guard down. If we rely solely on conventional methods to strengthen Thien Lang City, it might still take more than 5 years. Nap Lan Mong said thoughtfully. It seems we need to adopt new ideas. I wonder if the letter to Ngao Huyat City has arrived. At the Blood Robe sect, Tiet Chan Hung clenched the letter, his face livid. The nerve of him. That scoundrel Li Vu Qua dares to send me a letter demanding reparations for the city? This brat is trying to make me spit blood and rage. Father-in-law, Deep Queen spoke up. We absolutely cannot agree to such absurd demands. Now, it's all about strength, isn't it? It's time we strike back. This defeat is on you, and you must bear the greatest responsibility. Father-in-law, I couldn't have foreseen this. Who would have thought that Li Vu Qua would be connected with a fierce beast like the Long Kai King? Not to mention those strange techniques? If you weren't confident in the intelligence reports, why did you insist I attack Nap Lan City and Chan Nguyen sect? Did you truly not know their strength? Deep Queen stammered. I didn't know. Truly. Deep Queen trembled. I suspect there is a mole within Ngao Huyat City. Tiet Chan Hung said coldly. Deep Queen, go investigate this. You will no longer oversee the Blood Robe Guard. I will appoint someone else to lead them. You should focus on living peacefully with Nini. Deep Queen, unable to protest, bowed his head and accepted, feeling resentment deep inside. It seems Tiet Chan Hung has completely lost trust in me. The more I try to explain, the worse it gets. But would Tiet Chan Hung really marry his daughter to someone with no value? Like me? Senior sister, I truly loved you. He thought bitterly. Why must you be with that worthless Li Vu Qua? What does he have that I don't? Deep Queen drew his sword and said, Father-in-law, I really wanted to honor you, but you forced me to this point. Tiet Chan Hung's eyes widened. What do you mean? I knew long ago that you didn't trust me. Did you really think your recent health decline was just due to anxiety? For the past 3 days, I've been poisoning the medicine that enhances your vital energy. Now, you're unable to harness your energy, aren't you? Tiet Chan Hung collapsed in shock. Deep Queen, calm down. I've discovered your true lineage. The jade pendant on you belongs to the Deep family, one of the 5 great families in the capital. The Deep family is searching for you. If you take that pendant and go claim your lineage, your future will be limitless. Is that so? Yes, I will help you. Hey, why didn't you tell me earlier? Were you afraid that if I left, you wouldn't gain anything from the Deep family anymore? Tiet Tran Hung, caught off guard, stuttered. This. Deep Tran interrupted. However, I am a person who repays kindness. I will show you mercy and give you a whole corpse. Deep Queen pressed a pillow tightly against the old man's face. Tiet Tran Hung struggled desperately, but his strength gradually weakened. Deep Queen's face twisted with a cruel smile. Ha, die, old man. This blood demon outer technique may be a bit sinister, but it allows direct absorption of another's cultivation. Indeed, it's a shortcut for advancing one's power. I can feel it. I've now advanced to the level of martial spirit. After killing Tiet Tran Hung, Deep Queen struck the wall, shattering it, then decisively drew a knife and stabbed himself, wounding himself in the process. He shouted, "Not good. Someone, come quickly." Tuyet Nini led people rushing in, crying, "Brother Queen, what happened?" Seeing her father lying lifeless on the floor, Tuyet Nini's face turned pale. Deep Queen lied. It was Li Yu Guo. Li Yu Guo brought assassins and intruded. Before I could react, he killed the father-in-law. I was also injured by him. Nini, this must be avenged. But right now, with father-in-law just deceased, we cannot leave the house empty. This could be a trick to lure us away and annihilate us all. Tuyet Nini sobbed and leaned into Deep Queen's chest. Suddenly, Deep Queen's eyes widened as he looked at Tuyet Nini, feeling an urge, a strange compulsion to tear her throat and drink her blood. Half a month later, in the capital, Van family's eldest brother received news from the north. Granddaughter Tiem Tran indeed possesses the vermilion bird bloodline. It seems we misunderstood. Van Ha, the head of the Van family in the capital, spoke up. My daughter is not a failure after all. Elder Van nodded. The messenger was none other than the legitimate son of the Deep family. He's not even 20 years old, and has already reached the martial spirit level. Is that true? Could Deep family really send this news? It's true. We also told the Deep family that this child, part of the direct bloodline, once fled north with her father during a chase. Van Ha set down his teacup and stood up. Prepare immediately. I must go to the north in person. It seems that among the 5 great families in the capital, a great upheaval is imminent. At night, on the city walls, Van Kim Tran sat cross-legged, cultivating his bloodline. This mutated vermilion bird bloodline was truly powerful. He felt that now his speed of absorbing spiritual energy was 3 times faster than before. So beautiful. Na Lan Mong's voice echoed, interrupting Van Kim Tran's thoughts. Elder sister Na Lan, haven't you rested? I cannot sleep right now. Shouldn't you be caring for Yu Guo while he recovers? I have no right to be by his side to take care of him. You may not know, but before the Blood Robe sect attacked the city, I had sent him a letter. I just didn't expect that. In the end, he would still come back to help me. In reality, all this time, Vu Qua has been deeply devoted to a wife like you. Yes, the better he treats me, the more guilt I feel inside. The truth is, Vu Qua's father, General Li Qua the Demon Slayer, died because of my father. But that was from the previous generation. What does it have to do with you? Tell me, do you think Vu Qua will hate me when he finds out about this? No way. That guy may look sly, but he's someone who clearly distinguishes between gratitude and resentment. Perhaps you're right. After hearing you, I feel more at ease. If you have given Vu Qua the divorce letter, then the 2 of you are no longer husband and wife. Correct. Kim Tran? My sister. Then we can compete fairly from now on. Alright, I accept your challenge letter. The next morning, Li Vu Qua woke up and sneezed. Sigh. No matter how I try, I can't break through that barrier. I'm clearly just a tiny step away from martial spirit. I heard that Zimin Lang also broke through to martial spirit through the use of a spirit stone. So now I'm the only one left lagging behind. Suddenly, he saw Nap Lan Mong laughing and chatting with Van Kim Tran, making him curious. Since when did their relationship get so close? Forget it. It's best not to guess a woman's thoughts. If I guess wrong, I'll end up as their punching bag again. Big brother, I have news. In Gao Huyat City, it's empty now. Suddenly, Guan Van Pham appeared out of nowhere, almost scaring Li Vu Qua out of his wits. Oh, damn. He quickly recovered and asked, Wait, what did you say? 7 days ago, Deep Queen led the Blood Robe sect and cleared out all the assets, then left in Gao Huyat City, taking more than 300 carts in total. The strange thing is, Tiet Tran Hung is dead. Li Vu Qua paced back and forth, thinking, no, that doesn't make sense. Tiet Tran Hung was at the peak of martial spirit. How could he have died? Did you find out where Deep Queen went? No, but it's possible they headed toward the capital. The capital? If they're heading that way. In the story, could it be that Deep Queen has discovered his true origins? If so, this is bad. At night, figures appeared along the city walls. Humph, so they say Land City is a rundown place. It seems the rumors weren't wrong. Is my daughter really living in such a poor place? Chief, I just made a trip to the True Origin sect. It's already a ruin. It seems the rumors are true. I heard this place is also managed by the 3rd princess, Nap Lan Mong. Ah, an illegitimate child? Forget about it. Not worth mentioning. The patrolling guards discovered the group and shouted, Who's there? Daring to trespass into Thien Lang City. Are you tired of living? Boy, do you even know who I am? The Land District Lord has ordered that, regardless of who you are, you must present full documentation at the city gate. To be allowed entry, trespassing is not permitted. The 2 elders were annoyed and immediately struck down the person with a single palm. Seeing the change, Lang Nha immediately raised his snout to alert. Before the howl was finished, a surge of spiritual power decapitated it. Van Ha spoke. This heavenly wolf city is truly a disgusting place. Li Vu Qua, startled by the sudden howl of the wolf, was at a loss for words. What the hell is going on? It was late at night. Yet suddenly he opened his eyes wide with realization. This was the wolves sending signals to each other. Something was wrong. If Deep Queen learned about her lineage of the Deep family, the Deep family would surely inform the Van family about Kim Tran's bloodline. The disturbance tonight must be related to the Van family. Arriving at the city gate, Li Vu Qua saw a group of soldiers gathered. Pushing through them, he asked, "Who are you? You should be the one answering that. How dare you question my name?" Van Kim Tran approached. "Father, why are you here?" Li Vu Qua looked over in surprise. "Father? My dear daughter, I didn't expect you to have reached the martial spirit level. Why haven't you returned home? I told you before, once you reached martial spirit, the engagement with that minor sect could be annulled. If it's just about that, you could have sent a letter by pigeon. Father, why come in person?" Van, the elder, spread his arms. "Remember, my granddaughter, when the Divine God sect founded the Van family, the Deep family, the Hua family, the Fong family, and the County family were all meritorious founding clans. Back then, our Van family's ancestor held the Vermilion Bird bloodline. Come, granddaughter, this wretched place is not worthy of you. Of course, for taking care of you, I will give them 10,000 pieces of low-grade spirit stones. Do you think I'm some kind of commodity? Years ago, you exiled me to Thak Bak, essentially abandoning me. If I were still that little golden bird from before, would you even come? It's all about the family's interests, isn't it? As your daughter, I must follow your arrangements." At this moment, a pregnant woman rushed over. "Master, what's going on?" "Wait a moment, Lord Van Ha, there is something I must remind you of. Upon your arrival in Heavenly Wolf City, you killed a Heavenly Wolf guard. His name was Trin Hao, and he left behind children. Do you not feel even a hint of guilt? He brought it upon himself. A commoner leaves, and death is the end of it. At most, compensation will suffice. A gold ingot is enough. Take it and get lost." The soldiers outside roared in anger. "What, do our lives mean less to you than a rock? Make them pay with their lives. Heavenly Wolf City is not a place where you come and go as you please." The woman charged forward. "Give me back my husband's life." Seeing the woman dirty his robe, Elder Van Ha angrily scolded. "Filthy woman, this cloak was custom made with silk from the capital." He struck her, killing her instantly. The soldier's rage boiled over. "This is outrageous. Do these people know no reason?" Trin Hao was a righteous man, devoted to his wife and children. Yet he died such an unjust death. He still has a 5-year-old child at home. Will the child just become an orphan like that? Li Vu Qua found himself in a difficult situation. The true strength of the Van family patriarch was beyond his estimation. Likely at the level of a martial emperor. With just one of them, they could handle everyone. If anyone in Tien Lang City dared to take action, the entire population could face total annihilation. "Dear granddaughter, do you really not want to come with us?" he asked. "I'm not a tool for any of you. I want to stay here." In Tak Bak, Van Ha raised an eyebrow and said, "Is it because you can't bear to leave someone here?" As he spoke, he channeled his spiritual power. If Van Kim Tran admitted it, he would kill Li Vu Qua immediately. Van Kim Tran, tears streaming down her face, looked at Li Vu Qua. She then stepped forward and blocked her father. "I will go with you. But you have to promise me one thing." "Speak. Whatever my daughter wants, I will grant it," he replied. "Tai Mon Gi was killed by Huyat Waiman at Ingao Huyat City. I can't accept it. Just a small sect, not worth mentioning. The third and fourth elders. See to them," Van Ha said. The two acknowledged and departed. Van Ha continued, "What you asked for, I have granted. Be good. Let's go. Dream on." "You think you can kill and run away?" shouted a soldier, ready to lead a charge against the Van family. Li Vu Qua stepped in. "Stay in order. Let them leave." "But, sir," protested the lieutenant. Li Vu Qua clenched his fist so tightly that blood dripped. "Trin Hao struck first," he said. The second elder laughed loudly. "Good, kid, you know your place." Van Ha recognized him. "Oh, so you're the son of the demon subjugation general Li Qua? Li Vu Qua, is it?" "Yes, that's me. Unfortunately, I'm just a great martial master." The world-renowned demon subjugation general ended up with a weak, useless son. Van Ha sneered. "Still, there are a few things I need to clarify. Come, escort us for a while." Li Vu Qua agreed and followed them. Behind, the soldiers grumbled. "Is it true? Is the lieutenant also someone who yields to power, fearing the strong and bullying the weak? So he's like Li Nok Duong after all. We were wrong about him. Lieutenant, you've disappointed us greatly." Li Vu Qua flew on his sword alongside the two elders. Suddenly, they turned and struck him with a powerful blow. Caught completely off guard, he was sent hurtling to the ground. Van Kim Tran tried to follow, but Van Ha held her back. She wept and shouted, "Why, father? Why did you have to kill him? Don't think I can't see it. You have feelings for Li Vu Qua. I'm cutting off that thought for your own good. He is too weak and just a commoner. You, with your rare vermilion bird bloodline, deserve better." Van Kim Tran struggled and cried. "When everyone mocked me for being a mere golden bird, he was the only one who accepted me and treated me well. Why do you all have to control my fate? Why must you destroy everyone around me?" Van Ha slapped her hard across the face. "You insolent child, your life was given to you by your parents. If your father wants you to return, then you must return." On the ground below, Li Vu Qua raised his head and coughed. "Why be so cruel to me? Because my granddaughter has feelings for you. Once you're dead, she'll resign herself and come back." How laughable. The Van family. When Tm Tran had no value, you cast her aside without remorse. Now that she has the vermilion bird bloodline, you treat her like a treasure. Ha ha. Dignity? Because she carries the blood of the Van family. She must become a stepping stone for us. It was thanks to you that her bloodline was awakened, but you won't have another chance to see her. In the future, she will be married off to the most elite of the royal family. A foreign prince, or a genius from a great clan. But someone like you, a commoner, has no place. If you want to kill me, then do it. Why waste your breath insulting me? I'm not in a hurry, after all. I'm already dying. At least let me die knowing the truth. How did my father die? My father? Li Kuang Nia? Yes, back then, he rose too high and threatened the throne. So his good brothers, the three princes, schemed and killed him. Your father died miserably. Out of respect for their brotherhood, the three princes reluctantly agreed to let Nap Lan Mong, an illegitimate daughter, be promised to you. Ha ha ha. The woman beside you every day is the daughter of the one who killed your father. Ha ha ha. If your father saw this from the underworld, he wouldn't be able to move on to reincarnation. Li Vu Qua. Damn you. You'll die without a grave, shouted Li Vu Qua. Ha ha ha. Worry about your own grave first. Remember, the Van family is not a place for someone like you to reach. He struck a blow to shatter the Dantian. This next strike will send you to hell. At that moment, the voice of the Dragon King Gui emerged. Dark and sinister. The scent of fresh blood is delicious. I'm starving. Both leaders turned to look. Is this the overlord beast of this place? One thought. Considering. An overlord beast drawn by the scent of blood. Why not let it clean up Li Vu Qua and remove all evidence? This would eliminate future trouble. And the Van family wouldn't have to worry about being implicated for murder. 3 birds with 1 stone. Ha ha. If the overlord has arrived, the corpse of this grand martial master is our gift to you. Enjoy it slowly. Dragon King Gui licked Li Vu Qua, remarking, the smell of this fresh blood is so rich, the taste must be exquisite. Ha ha ha. Consider this a great offering for you. Make sure to eat every bit, skin and bones, clean. Li Vu Qua lamented, you're late, old friend. Dragon King Gui responded, your Dantian is shattered. It doesn't look like you'll survive. No, I still have a way. With trembling fingers, Li Vu Qua managed to open the system. The system interface glowed with brilliance. Li Vu Qua's halo was at 28%. Deep Queen's was at 87%. Below were 2 options. Severe injury recovery at the cost of 20% halo. Resurrection with an automatic deduction of 50% halo. Li Vu Qua reached out for the recovery talisman, muttering, 20% of my light essence. I've worked so hard to save up 28%, and now using this will cost me 20%. But if I don't use it, I'm done for. Just buy it. After deducting the 20% light essence, Li Vu Qua's body quickly healed. The Long Kai King gasped. How is it possible? With your Dantian shattered, how can you recover so fast? What other secrets do you have? You brat? Li Vu Qua sat up and said, Lord Kai, you saved my life. If you hadn't arrived in time, that old man Van would have finished me with another strike. The mystery of Li Kuang Nia's death wasn't mentioned in the novel. Perhaps it was a plot detail that unfolded naturally in this world. It seemed that investigating Li Kuang Nia's storyline might reveal an opportunity, considering he was once one of the Hao Tian twin heroes, the strongest figures in Hao Tian Kingdom. Outside Thien Lang City, Li Vu Qua rode the Long Kai King back to the city. So, he's the same type as that Li Nok Duong. We misjudged him, people whispered, recalling how they had slandered him the night before. Li Vu Qua sighed at the thought, unsure if Thien Lang City would welcome him back. As he entered the city gate, he was greeted by an unexpected sight. A group led by Ma Dap Cap ran up and anxiously asked, "Big brother, are you alright? You were gone so long, we were worried to death." "Yes, we feared something had happened to you." "It did," Li Vu Qua admitted. "The Van family ambushed me halfway, trying to kill me. Luckily, the Long Kai King saved me in time." Upon hearing this, the crowd became furious. "The Van family has no morals. You treated Van Moi so well. Yet they tried to kill you." Nap Lan Mong rushed over, distressed. "Vu Qua, are you okay?" Li Vu Qua smiled. I'm fine. Nap Lan Mong gently touched his cheek and reported. Scouts confirmed that when Deep Queen left, he only took 500 elite blood robe guards. The remaining 13,000 were left behind in Ngao Huyat City. Last night, all 13,000 perished. Their bodies piled outside the city. The mention of such a massive death toll made Li Vu Qua's face change. Those two, they managed to sweep through all of Ngao Huyat City. Thump, thump, one by one, people kneeled down. Ma Dap Cap and Nu spoke up. "Grateful. Thankfully, you stopped us. Big brother, if we had resisted then, Thien Lang City might have been destroyed." "That's right," another added. "Commander, your patience and composure saved Thien Lang City from disaster. Yet we still said hurtful things to you." Nu gritting his teeth, continued, "These 5 noble families treat us border people like roadside weeds. They don't care whether we live or die." Li Vu Qua waved his hand. "Stand up, all of you. What we can do now is remember this humiliation deeply and develop Thien Lang City with all our might. From today, we'll intensify our training. Only by becoming stronger can we talk about dignity, about revenge." The crowd erupted in agreement, shouting, "Only by becoming stronger can we stop being oppressed. Big brother An Min, I will return and dedicate myself to rigorous training. What are the 5 great families compared to us?" At that moment, Li Yu Guo turned to Na Lan Mong. "Shouldn't you tell me the story about my father now?" Na Lan Mong, burdened by sadness, responded, "So, you've already found out? Follow me." Moments later, in a secluded place, Na Lan Mong recounted everything from beginning to end. "That's how it is. I really am the daughter of the man who killed your father. If you wish, you can kill me to avenge him." At this moment, time seemed to stand still. Na Lan Mong closed her eyes, bowing her head in anticipation. Li Yu Guo made his decision. He slowly reached out, pulling Na Lan Mong into his arms. He embraced her tightly, leaving her astonished. "Do you think I don't understand your suffering? You kept this from me all this time, because you were afraid I would be impulsive, risking my life to confront the 3 kings. Over the years, I treated you so harshly, and even called off our engagement. Don't you hate me? That letter of annulment? I haven't even signed it. I drew a turtle on it instead. It doesn't count." Na Lan Mong playfully hit him. "Are you teasing me? Haha, your acting was so poor when you handed me the annulment letter. I saw right through it." "Vu Qua, there is one more thing I think I should tell you. Your mother didn't die back then. I finally discovered her whereabouts. She's in Tan Duong City, not far from Tak Bak. After your father passed, a fire engulfed the Li mansion. Everyone in the capital knew, and they all believed that the woman's body found in the bedroom was your mother's. But in reality, the body belonged to your mother's handmaid, Lang Nhi. After General Li's death, a messenger brought a letter, which revealed the true circumstances of the general's death. Because your mother treated Lang Nhi like a sister and even gave her the title of a concubine, Lang Nhi chose to sacrifice herself, so that your mother could escape your father's pursuers. Don't be sad, Vu Qua. Your mother didn't let me tell you before. She only wished for you to live a peaceful life in Tak Bak. I'm not sad." He looked at Na Lan Mong, thinking, no matter how reckless Li Yu Guo had been in the past, even though Na Lan Mong couldn't fully accept his love, she never abandoned the bond they shared. Such integrity was indeed precious. Na Lan Mong continued, "Tan Duong City is only 300 miles from Thien Lang City. I often visited there. However, recently Thien Lang City has had some issues to resolve. I'll see when I can make a trip." Li Yu Guo placed his hand on her shoulder, replying, "Don't worry, I can go alone. But, Na Lan Mong looked concerned but hesitated to speak. Li Yu Guo teased. What is it? Worried about me or can't bear to be apart from me? Na Lan Mong blushed. Why would I not be able to bear parting from you? Li Yu Guo suddenly kissed Na Lan Mong, leaving her both surprised and flushed. After sharing a passionate kiss, the two slowly separated. You just recovered from a serious injury and went out alone. I can't help but worry. Is that wrong? Nan City is my greatest support. My dear, as long as I defend this place, I can feel at ease. I'll think about it more. But what about Kim Tran? How do you plan to handle her situation? The 5 great families of the capital are known as the origin of countless disciples from various sects. Each member that emerges often becomes a national advisor or a prime minister in countries large and small. Their power is profound, enough to rival heaven-level sects. The martial clans wield armies and include generals and 3 royal princes, the supreme leaders of Wu Tian Kingdom, while the head of the civil officials is the 5 great families. Since Kim Tran has awakened the vermilion bird bloodline, she will surely be nurtured to the fullest by the Van family. For a while, there should be no danger. However, these great families maintain relationships through marriage alliances. After some time, Van Kim Tran might be forced into marriage. With her personality, she will surely cause a ruckus. I must bring her back. But now is not the time. Suddenly, Nap Lan Mong pinched his ear and said, I hear your sweet talk. What do you mean by this? Huh? Ouch. It hurts. Isn't it all just to repel enemies? If it were any other woman, I wouldn't agree at all. But if it's Kim Tran, I don't dislike her too much. That night, above the capital sky, Deep Queen ran through the streets with Tuyat Ni in tow. The deep residence of the 5 great families of the capital. This place will soon become mine, he thought gleefully, imagining that from now on he would make a huge transformation. Young master, you've finally returned. You were away for so long. We feared you had. The one beside me is my maid, Tuyat Ni. This time, from the far north to here. She took care of me all the way. Deep Queen calling Tuyat Ni a maid made her feel a pang of sadness. Only now did she realize that this man never approached her out of love, but merely for use. Now that she was no longer needed, he disregarded her. At that moment, the head of the Deep family, Deep Hong, warmly stepped out, calling, My grandson. Deep Queen, moved, shouted, Grandfather. He rushed into Deep Hong's embrace, sobbing, My father died so tragically. Grandfather, my dear grandson, it's good that you're back. The next morning, Li Vu Qua yawned as he walked into the training ground. He looked at the enormous object in front of him and asked, What is this? Tran mocked and shouted, Big brother, you're here. This is the new invention by me and the subordinates. The Great Fire Cannon. Nap Lan Mong added. Tran Ma Can and his men developed this using the Blood Robe Cannon to create a new type of artillery. This cannonball is made from fire essence and spirit stones combined, and they say its power is extraordinary. Tuyat Ni, standing nearby, waved and called, Young master. Li Vu Qua curiously approached to observe as Tran Ma Can began preparing to fire. Big brother, big sister-in-law, watch this. With a boom, the cannon blasted through the wall in front. Li Vu Qua marveled. This power is even more formidable than the cannons of Blood Robe City before. At that moment, Quan Tuyat suddenly shouted, Young master, the cannon barrel has bloomed. If firing one shot makes the cannon explode like that, it's a bit costly. Yes, we're currently lacking some new materials. If we had black steel or mysterious steel, the power of the Firestar cannon would be even greater and more durable. Nap Lan Mong suddenly patted his shoulder. Let's go on a trip to Tanduang City. Besides wrapping up some business, we can also see if we can collect some rare ores. Wasn't it already decided that I would go alone? I've spent several nights handling all the city's affairs. Now you have no reason to refuse me. Quan Tuyat tugged at Li Vu Qua's sleeve, pleading, Young master, I want to go too. Let me accompany you to Tanduang City. Li Vu Qua declined. You should stay here and lead the ladies to take care of the wounded. They need you more than I do. Stay in Heavenly Wolf City. Quan Tuyat, dejected, said, All right then. At the blood-tide land, Li Vu Qua spoke up. The only path out of Thak Bak is truly desolate. If given a choice, I wouldn't want to cross this bloody swamp. Thankfully, we have these 2 wolves, otherwise. Flying over on our own would deplete a lot of vital energy. Indeed, Lan Mong responded. Suddenly, the Wolf King growled, looking ahead, and the two people and the beast fell into a defensive stance. It feels like something is approaching, Li Vu Qua said, holding a flashlight to illuminate the area. Lan Mong laughed. You always bring out such strange and peculiar items. Li Vu Qua shone the light onto the swamp, which was bubbling with blood. It looks like something big is here. No matter what it is, we'll face it together. Suddenly, something leapt out of the blood swamp, startling Li Vu Qua. The creature that emerged was none other than the blood-eyed Jiaolong, which had attacked the city before. As it appeared, it lunged at the two of them. Li Vu Qua was astonished. Unbelievable. This beast wasn't taken by Deep Queen? The Jiaolong opened its mouth, aiming to bite down. Lan Mong shouted. The blood-eyed Jiaolong was always imprisoned in the dungeon of Proud Blood City. 2 days ago, Proud Blood City was raided by the Van people. Its wounds are still severe, likely from struggling out of the dungeon. It must harbor deep hatred toward us. The blood swamp makes movement difficult. Escaping won't be easy. We only have one option. The two shouted. Battle stance. Watch out, it's about to breathe fire. Li Vu Qua immediately called for them to split and dodge. He quickly activated his wings of radiance, and the Jiaolong shot fire in his direction. Fortunately, Li Vu Qua managed to fly up in time to avoid it. This little worm can't even fly and dares call itself a Jiaolong? Li Vu Qua teased, giving a playful slap that infuriated the creature. At that moment, another beast flicked its tongue, attempting to reach Lan Mong. She, along with the two wolves, fought back against the other beasts while warning Li Vu Qua to watch his step. Li Vu Qua was stunned. What? No way. At that moment, the blood-eyed flood dragon prepared to attack. Oh no, I completely forgot about this. Li Vu Qua muttered. The blood pond was one of the 3 forbidden areas of Tak Bak. Unlike the Black Forest and the Spirit Mountain, the creatures there were known for lurking deep below and attacking suddenly. Hang on, my love, if we get injured, these beasts will go completely berserk. Li Vu Qua warned. No need to say it. Just worry about dodging the serpent behind you. Van Kim Tran shouted. Li Vu Qua, showing confidence, responded. Isn't this just a stupid beast? This is my specialty. 2 hours later, Li Vu Qua was gasping for breath, hiding behind a rock. If this keeps going, I'll die from exhaustion. But it looks like the blood-eyed flood dragon is showing signs of fatigue too. Van Kim Tran noticed it too. Vu Qua, it's weakening. My fire spear can hold off its flames. I'll shield you while you find its wound. Li Vu Qua nodded and darted out. Despite being gravely injured, the beast's might couldn't be underestimated. Where exactly is its weak point? He thought. He observed the wound on the dragon's neck, where some parasites were gnawing at it. So that's it. The blood-eyed flood dragon not only has injuries but is also infested with parasites draining its nutrients. Even the heavens are helping me. Standing over the wound, Li Vu Qua shouted. Prepare to die. The dragon thrashed, making him nearly lose his balance. Where are you looking? Lan Mong shouted, thrusting her spear to divert the dragon's attention. Li Vu Qua seized the moment, swung his weapon, and with a slash, severed the dragon's body. After finishing, both landed on the ground. Even at this moment, Lan Mong couldn't believe it. We actually succeeded. We killed a martial emperor-level beast, she exclaimed. Li Vu Qua replied. Fortunately, this creature was already severely wounded. He circled the dragon's massive body, inspecting it. This scale could be used for armor. The meat would be a great offering to the wolves. And the headbone, not bad at all. This blood-eyed flood dragon truly is a treasure trove. Let's get started, he said. A while later, wiping sweat from his brow, Li Vu Qua said, that's it, everything's taken care of, except the head. Right, the most valuable part, the beast's essence inside the brain. For a beast, this essence could enhance its power. And for a craftsman, it could be used to create numerous magical tools. Want to extract the essence? Let me help you, Li Vu Qua offered. Suddenly, Lan Mong sensed something, turned her head, and urgently pushed Li Vu Qua aside. Vu Qua, get out of the way, she shouted. The head of the blood-eyed flood dragon, still retaining a sliver of life, opened its mouth and spewed venom. Startled, Li Vu Qua yelled, my love, I was too careless. Who would have thought that even after being severed, its head could still retain consciousness? Quickly, Wipe off the venom. Nap Lan Mong's face turned pale. And she whispered, "It seems it's too late." Li Vu Qua reassured her. "It'll be fine. I'll breathe life into you and bring you back from the brink of death. I have made an oath to the heavens to protect you. And if I betray that, I will fall into eternal damnation, never to reincarnate. I will never abandon you. I've been poisoned by a martial emperor-level beast. There's no cure left for me. Go and find my mother. Or we'll both die here. This bloodied battlefield is more perilous than anything. The Nha Lang have just fought fiercely. And we cannot accelerate our escape. You must take her back urgently to deliver her to the leader of the Heavenly Wolf City. Without the antidote, returning means Nap Lan Mong will only succumb to the toxins and die." "Yes, Tan Duong City. At Tan Duong City. Where did this beggar come from? Go away. You're a nuisance. 2 senior brothers. Please report that I wish to meet with the revered elder Herbal King." "Meet the Herbal King? Ha ha ha. What a joke. A beggar like you. Meet the Herbal King? Haven't you heard of the Herbal King's 3 no-saves rule? First, those of unknown origin, no save. Second, no money, no save. Third, involved in romantic affairs, no save. Vu Qua, give up. A figure like the Herbal King will never meet us. When I die, bury me in the northern pass so I can see the sunrise there every day. That will be enough for me. I won't let you die." The Herbal King was exactly as described in the novels I wrote. The anti-hero aura. And I only have 8% left, it's almost useless. But I am the creator here. And no one knows the Herbal King better than me. Li Vu Qua retrieved a large amount of gold from the spatial ring. "You want money? I have it. And I know things about the Poison King." The 2 guards were stunned and turned back. "The Poison King?" The 2 guards quickly changed their attitude and opened the door. "This way, sir." Inside the courtyard, Li Vu Qua wiped a wet cloth. The Poison King and the Herbal King were once lovers, one took lives. The other saved them. In the past, they were deeply in love. But then the Poison King married the Herbal King's junior sister, turning them into bitter enemies. However, deep down, the Herbal King still longed for the Poison King. By exploiting this, I'm sure the Herbal King will help me. At that moment, a graceful woman entered. "Is this girl the princess of Nap Lan City?" Li Vu Qua was stunned and turned to look at the Herbal King, who leaned against the doorway and said, "It seems she's been bitten by some kind of venomous snake. Her life won't last much longer." Li Vu Qua hurried over, clasping his hands. "Elder, with your discerning eyes, please, my wife has been poisoned by the blood-eyed flood dragon. I implore you to save her. The blood-eyed flood dragon is a beast capable of challenging martial emperors. Gold and silver won't be enough to save her." Li Vu Qua added, "Actually, I recently met the Poison King. That old creature? I have no interest in him. He looked quite gaunt." Li Vu Qua said. The Medicine King anxiously asked, "How is he?" Li Vu Qua replied indifferently. "He seems resigned to his fate, mumbling something about missing someone dearly. What's the point of missing them now? If he really cared, why did he leave back then?" Li Vu Qua smirked to himself. "Easier to deceive than I thought. If you know the old poison master, I'll reluctantly help you this once. But curing a martial emperor-level poison isn't easy. You'll have to pay a hefty price." With a serious expression, Li Vu Qua clasped his hands. "No matter the cost. If Senior Medicine King asks, I, Li Vu Qua, will do my utmost to fulfill it." The Medicine King then put a pill into Nap Lan Mong's mouth. This will temporarily suppress the poison in her. In addition, within 3 days, bring me all the medicinal ingredients listed on this paper. Li Vu Qua looked at the list. The items were simple enough. Except for the 500-year-old blood ginseng. The Medicine King waved his hand. "That part is up to you to figure out." As soon as Nap Lan Mong regained consciousness, she called out, "Vu Qua, my love, it's my fault you were bitten by that beast. I failed to protect you." Li Vu Qua said, "Even though I was cruel to you in the past, why do you still treat me so well? I don't deserve it." Nap Lan Mong said, feeling guilty. Li Vu Qua suddenly kissed her, startling her. Then he confidently said, "Because you're my wife, of course." Nap Lan Mong's face flushed as she wrapped herself in the blanket, exclaiming, "You're insufferable." At that moment, a rumbling noise echoed like an earthquake, startling them both. Du Trang Trang burst through the door, shouting, "Rice King, come out here, you rascal." Nap Lan Mong asked, confused, "Why is he here?" Li Vu Qua sighed, "Who is this fat guy?" Is he here to seek revenge? Let's go, brother. Today, let's have a bet, Jiu said. Li Vu-Qua remembered. This is the third young master of the Jiu family. The Medicine King's younger brother. His father is the head of kin the Duong. Behind his back, everyone calls him the King of Pleasure. This King of Pleasure is naturally fond of gambling. And he and the Rice King share the same interests, making them quite close. Recalling details from the story, Li Vu-Qua thought. In the original tale, after Deep Queen killed Li Vu-Qua, he went to Tan Duong City and was even troubled by Du Trang Trang. With that, Li Vu-Qua spread his arms, shouting, Trang Trang, it's been 5 years since we last met. Brother, haha, Vu-Qua, it really has been 5 years. And sister-in-law is here too. She's even more beautiful now. Third young master, Nap Lan Mong warned, don't lead my Vu-Qua astray again. Ah, it's been so long since we've seen each other. Why not have a bet for old time's sake? It'll be fun. No, we're going outside. Don't disturb my wife's rest. Li Vu-Qua said, guiding Du Trang Trang out. Nap Lan Mong pulled him back and whispered, Mother is at the Cam Tu Dai workshop. Please visit her. Don't worry. Love, rest well and wait for my return. Li Vu-Qua assured her. On the streets, as the two walked and chatted, Du Trang Trang said, so it wasn't your mother who died, but that maid Lin Nhi? That's right, my mother is still alive. Li Vu-Qua laughed. Why does that sound like an insult coming from you? They passed by the harbor. Li Vu-Qua remarked, the dock workers really work hard. These people are all part of the Tan Duong sect. The Tan Duong sect monopolizes all waterway transport in Tan Duong City, making them incredibly wealthy. Du Trang Trang said, I've heard that Tan Duong City was established by water bandits. Right? Such words should only be whispered in private, don't shout them in public. Or you might find yourself dead without warning. Li Yu Guo shrugged. I know. The Cam Tu Dai workshop is right ahead, he said as they stepped inside. Diao Trang Trang burst in with a lecherous grin. Little beauties, tell me, he said. The girls in the workshop gasped, lifted their skirts, and scattered. Run, the Playboy King is here. Diao Trang Trang, speechless, called out, Big sister. The woman being grabbed screamed, help, you scoundrel. Big sister, you misunderstood, I just want to ask. He said, is there someone named Tran Tu Nhi working here? Are you talking about that vixen? She's in the back courtyard. The woman said, but I warn you, don't go there. You might interrupt Lord Hoang's amusement. Li Yu Guo turned to Diao Trang Trang with suspicion. Who is Lord Hoang? His name is Hoang Vin, known as the Golden Sparrow. Diao Trang Trang said, he's the overseer of the city lord's residence, infamous for his vile deeds. Sensing trouble, Li Yu Guo rushed inside. Diao Trang Trang called after him. Yu Guo, wait for me. In the back courtyard, Hoang Vin sneered. Tu Nhi, why do you resist? Just follow me, and from now on, you'll live a life of luxury. I am but an aging, plain woman, Tu Nhi said. I am not worthy of such heights. Please, Lord, leave now or else. Or else what? He laughed. I've waited for 3 months. Don't make me force you. Stop right there. Li Yu Guo shouted from the doorway. How dare an overseer harass an innocent woman? Who do you think you are? Interrupting my business? Break his legs, Hoang Vin ordered. Yes, my lord. Li Yu Guo smirked. How reckless. With a sudden crack, he landed a powerful punch on one of the lackeys. Seeing that Li Yu Guo was a formidable fighter, the lackey trembled. Who are you? I am an overseer of the city lord's residence. If you dare to cross me, you'll go hungry for the rest of your life. Get lost, Li Yu Guo shouted. Fine, I'll remember this, the overseer muttered, backing away. Yu Guo, a gentle voice called, making him freeze. Is it really you? He thought, could this truly be my mother in this world? Seeing her face, memories of Li Yu Guo and his mother flashed in his mind. She had endured humiliation and carried the burden of keeping him safe, blending into city life despite being a once noble lady. And now, here she was, working as a seamstress in a dye workshop. Mother, I am an unfilial son for letting you suffer, he said, tears welling up. My son, you've grown up so well. This is wonderful, so wonderful, she whispered. Finally, Yu Guo has reunited with his mother. Diao Trang Trang muttered in disbelief. So, this pale-faced kid is Tu Nyi's son? I've treated you well all these years, haven't I? Sister True, you truly are my benefactor. Without you, I would have starved to death long ago. Your son dared to hit Lord Hoang Dae's men? That's one of the trusted aides of the city lord. Do you all not value your lives? But I do. So hurry up and go apologize to Lord Hoang Dae. You're the owner of the dye factory. Aren't you? Then what? Are you planning to stand in for your mother? This dye factory is mine. So those who work here must listen to me. Alright then, I'll just buy this dye factory. Little brother, you're quite generous. From now on, the Cam 2 dye factory will be under the name of Tran Vu Qua. Where did you get so many spirit stones from? Did you do something shady? Mother, I didn't do anything shady. These are all earned from the Long Than Wadu that I created. I made quite a bit from it. I never expected the Rice King of your family to be so capable. A moment later, the two were looking for medicinal herbs for Nap Lan Mong. We've been searching for so long. Yet in such a big city, we can't even find a trace of blood ginseng. Did you think 500-year-old blood ginseng was as easy to find as a radish? What do we do now? Do you know where we can find some? The black market in Tan Duong City. But 500-year-old blood ginseng won't come cheap. Less than 3.000 spirit stones and you won't be able to buy it. Li Vu Qua suddenly had an idea and clapped his hands. I got it. Sir, please wait. This small shop is up for sale and no longer in business. I want to buy your shop. How much are you selling it for? Young man, I see you know how to do business. I'll give you a fair price, 100 taels. Not possible. For a prime spot like this, it should be at least 120 taels. Young man, I told you, you have a keen eye. Here's the land deed. Li Vu Qua, are you crazy? This rundown shop isn't worth 100 taels. And you offered 120? Just watch and see. My friend, how did you know there was a hidden passage here? Li Vu Qua laughed to himself. Ha ha, because I'm the author. This place used to be a dead zone, where bandits gathered and hid their loot. Later, the bandits were wiped out by Tan Duong sect, and the secret of the underground passage was buried. But wait, if they all died, how do you know about it? Li Vu Qua awkwardly thought. Damn, I slipped up, and quickly made up an excuse. I have good relations with the True Origin sect, and they're familiar with Tan Duong sect. So I heard about this place. Ru Trang gave a thumbs up. Years apart, and your mind has really opened up. When they arrived, they were greeted by countless treasures. A jumble of various items scattered everywhere. Li Vu Qua noticed a demon essence puppet, and was surprised. I didn't write that there was a demon essence puppet here. Ru Trang exclaimed. So much money. How much should I bet to get it all? Puppets are divided into 3 types. Spirit stone puppets, spirit essence puppets, and demon essence puppets. The lowest tier is the spirit stone puppet, powered by spirit stones to operate normally, only capable of basic tasks like cleaning. But the highest tier is the demon essence puppet. If you place a demon essence in it, it can unleash power equal to the essence's original strength. Then let's try putting in the blood-eyed Zhao Dragon's essence. Not far away, in Tan Duong sect, Elder Tan Duong, the sect leader, was sitting cross-legged, cultivating. He suddenly opened his eyes. Startled. This is the aura of a martial emperor, he thought. He quickly stood up and instructed his subordinates. Go investigate the origin of this aura immediately. We need to determine if this person is friend or foe. Yes, master, they replied. Meanwhile, Li Vu had no idea that activating the puppet had caused such a disturbance. This primordial demon puppet, to think it could unleash the power of the blood-eyed dragon at its peak. Unbelievable, Li Vu mused. However, the aura released by the primordial demon puppet might attract other masters. It's best to leave here quickly, he thought. Trang, let's go home, he said. Aren't you going to buy the blood ginseng? She asked. I've come up with a plan, Li Vu said, thinking to himself that Trang, who was only at the warrior level, could not sense the true power of the primordial demon puppet. In the reception hall of Tay the Pavilion, someone asked, do you mean to transform this primordial demon puppet into a human-like puppet with skin? It's just putting on a layer of human skin. It's quite simple, Li Vu replied. This bastard, he's willing to kill and flay someone for a puppet? Someone exclaimed. A moment later, the puppet was covered with human skin, concealed with a wig, artificial eyes under its hair, and an enchanted talisman attached to its throat to mimic a female voice. It was also dressed in a robe that once belonged to Nap Lan Mong. Li Vu bit the tip of his finger and let a drop of blood fall onto the puppet's head. Instantly, the puppet opened its eyes. My consciousness? I can attach it to the primordial demon puppet and control its actions. Li Vu said. The primordial demon puppet, when dressed in human skin, looks just like a real person. He marveled. I'll control her to buy the medicine and test it out. On the main street, Li Vu, disguised as a woman, walked confidently, drawing numerous glances. Wow, whose daughter is this? She's stunning, someone whispered. A celestial beauty descended from the heavens, another commented. Li Vu grinned mischievously, thinking, men are captivated by women's beauty. Aren't they? At that moment, someone called out, Miss, please stop. I just heard from the senior sect master that a martial emperor recently arrived in Nan City. It must be you. May I know your name? Miss? Li Vu paused and thought. My name is County Tai Mai. The group was shocked. County Tai Mai? From the county family? Could she be from one of the 5 great families? They wondered. She looks only about 20 years old but has reached the level of martial emperor. She must be a prodigy of the Ko family. Someone said. Li Vu's eye twitched. I'm a straight man. For heaven's sake, I can't stand these lecherous stares. He thought. I am Tui Tan Ha, the 3rd disciple of the Tan Duong sect. May I ask if Miss County is here on official business? I've come to Nan City to find a 500-year-old blood ginseng. Li Vu responded. Since they believe me to be someone from one of the 5 great families, I might as well play along and take advantage of it. He thought. Our Tan Duong sect has its own medicinal gardens and may have a 500-year-old blood ginseng. Please, miss, come to the Wisdom Pavilion so that we may fulfill our duties as hosts. Tui Tan Ha said. As expected of someone from one of the 5 great families, exceptionally beautiful. They whispered. County Tai Mai. What a lovely name. Someone added. Inside, Li Vu could only gape. This is too extravagant. In this world, everything revolves around appearances and backgrounds. He thought. The sect leader of Tan Duong sect personally came to welcome Miss Ko's honorable visit. It truly illuminates our humble place with your presence. The city lord of Tan Duong City, upon hearing the news, also personally came to greet her. Lady Hoang Kim Tuok, you have come at the perfect time. Hoang Kim Tuok unabashedly declared. How can there be such a beautiful woman in this world? The city lord shouted. Do not act recklessly. If we offend the county family, Tan Duong City will be doomed. Li Vu Qua pointed a finger. And with a swish, an energy beam shot past his head. Hoang Kim Tuok quickly knelt and clasped his hands. Miss Company, spare my life. May I ask what crime I have committed? When I first arrived at Tan Duong City, I happened to see you harassing a female worker at the Cam 2 dye factory. It's a misunderstanding, miss. At that time, I was trying to place a large fabric order, so I had to call for help. Li Vu Qua shouted. Is that so? I'll visit the dye factory and ask. If you're lying, Miss Company will not spare you. The Tan Duong sect leader said. That crimson beam just now, at the very least, was late-stage martial emperor strength. I'm afraid Tan Duong City doesn't have a stronger expert than Miss Ko. Over the next few days, you must ensure her hospitality. If she's dissatisfied in any way, rest assured, senior brother, even if it costs me my life, I won't let Miss County lose a single hair. We happen to have an 800-year-old blood ginseng here. I hope Miss Company will accept it. Li Vu Qua was astonished. 800 years, really? Please accept this gesture from our sect leader. In return, I have a piece of fire essence. I hope the sect leader will accept it with joy. My goodness, she truly is from one of the 5 great families. When she makes a move, it's with a chunk of pure fire essence. Good heavens, is this really fire essence? And such a large piece. Miss Ko's visit to Tan Duong City, along with such valuable gifts. Everyone, let's toast Miss Ko. To Miss Ko. But my puppet body can't drink alcohol. What if it leaks? Thinking this, he raised his hand to decline. Thank you, everyone, but I am currently practicing TikCoc fasting. Someone questioned. TikCoc? Like bottom. This is a method to purify the stomach, meaning not eating or drinking anything, instead consuming spiritual energy as sustenance. This must be a high-level cultivation technique. A rare opportunity. Everyone, let's practice TikCoc with Miss Ko. Li Vu Qua's mouth twitched. This is your own choice to starve. Not my fault. In the rear garden, 2 people were conversing. The capital must be quite large, right? Yes, it's fairly big. By the way, Miss Company, are you married? Not yet. Li Vu Qua, looking at the young man trying to woo her, felt exasperated. Beauty is indeed troublesome. This guy has fallen head over heels. He glanced aside with suspicion. A peak martial king aura? Doesn't seem like someone from a typical sect. This isn't good. They're from the Yin assassination sect. The Yin assassination sect is the mortal enemy of Tan Duong sect. We've been in constant conflict over the rights to the Tui Wei celestial cave. Li Vu Qua thought to himself. Tui Wei Cave Heaven. This place wasn't mentioned in the books I read. Could it be that Tui Wei Cave Heaven is a secluded residence of an immortal family? If someone possesses enough spiritual roots, they might be able to find a fortuitous opportunity here. The pure azure sword I am holding now was obtained from Tui Wei Cave Heaven. He added. Suddenly, someone kicked the door open and shouted, "You mongrels from Tan Duong, do you dare to challenge me to a duel? Only by defeating me will you be worthy of entering Tui Wei Cave Heaven." An elder rushed in and declared, "Ma Ka, it's been clearly stated that Tui Wei Cave Heaven should be used in rotation. You've had your 3 years, now it's our turn. What's the rush? Ridiculous. After you've used it for 3 years, there won't be any good items left inside. Stop talking and fight me now," the challenger demanded. Li Vu Qua asked, "How does one enter Tui Wei Cave Heaven?" Ma Ka scoffed, "What does Tui Wei Cave Heaven have to do with you?" Suddenly, he took a good look at Li Vu Qua and gaped. "Whose beautiful young lady is this? So stunning it takes one's breath away. Would you like to come home with me?" "Ma Ka, what kind of attitude is that?" interjected another figure. "This is Miss Ko Tai Mai from the capital's prestigious Ko family." Ma Ka was startled. "See Ko family? How could someone from the Ko family be here in a small place like Tan Duong City?" An advisor stepped forward and whispered, "Ma Ka, sir, I suggest we postpone this matter. Tan Duong City may be insignificant, but meddling with the Ko family, one of the 5 great families of the capital, will bring trouble." Ma Ka adopted a haughty stance and said, "Consider yourselves lucky this time. We'll be back." Li Vu Qua spoke up. "I won't trouble you further." Then, the elder cupped his hands respectfully. "Miss Ko, if you don't mind, you are welcome to stay at our Tan Duong sect. Thank you for your kind offer. Elder, but I still have some matters to attend to. I'll visit another day." The elder mused aloud. "If this Miss Ko were to join our Tan Duong sect, we would reach unimaginable heights." "You're oversimplifying things," another elder retorted. "A prodigy of such caliber wouldn't be content in a small place like Tan Duong City. And no matter how powerful she is, she's still a woman. A woman's weakness is her emotions. If we capture her heart, we can turn her into our puppet." That night, at Tay the Hall, Senior Medicine King, "Look," Duong Hoang said in astonishment. "It really is an 800-year-old blood ginseng. This must be worth at least 30,000 spirit stones. How did you even find it?" "Hee, I owe it all to Sister Ryu. If she hadn't kept ManhWa alive, I'd be facing an even tougher situation. I must begin the next phase of treatment now." "Sister Ryu, please go ahead. I'll prepare some food for the two of you." At that moment, the aroma of porridge wafted through the air. Li Vu Qua followed the scent and found someone writing while cooking porridge. "Indeed, one team cannot function in 2 places at once. When I'm controlling County Tai Mai, I can't control my real body. Ryu Dong can simultaneously practice alchemy and calligraphy? How is that possible?" Li Vu Qua raised a roasted chicken leg, courtesy of Alibaba. "Hey, little friend, how can you practice alchemy and calligraphy at the same time? Tell me, and this chicken leg is yours." "It's actually simple, it's just about balancing the circle and the square." Li Vu Qua muttered, "Why does that sound so familiar? Isn't this the trick of Zhou Ba Thong from the Jin Yang novels?" The next day, in the capital city, Van Ha stood outside with his people, waiting. During the wait, Van Kim Tram raised her ring to Li Vu Qua. "Vu Qua, I miss you so much." Van Wei Tran leaned over and asked, "Sister, you've been home for 2 months now. Why do you still look so sad? Do you really like that Li Vu Qua? He must be dead by now, right? How I feel has nothing to do with you. Just mind your own business." Little sister, Deep Hong and his entourage from the Deep family arrived, laughing. "Ha ha, Brother Van, Brother Deep is here as well. Ha ha, I heard that young Master Deep has been found. What a great joy. Ha ha, yes, and he has inherited the pure No Dao Long bloodline of the Deep family." even purer than my own. Deep Queen laughed. It's been a while, senior sister, and you're more beautiful than ever. Get lost. If it hadn't been for you secretly tipping them off, Vu Qua wouldn't have. Van Ha immediately scolded Keem Tram. How can you speak like that? Apologize to young Master Deep at once. Deep Hong smiled graciously. Brother Van, there's no need to make a fuss over such trivial matters. All 5 major families are present now. We should quickly discuss the matter of selecting the next royal concubine. Every so often, the 5 major families would present a candidate for royal concubine to the emperor to secure their interests. The Van family is in such a rush to bring me back, it must be to make me enter the palace as a concubine. I'm nothing but a tool for the Van family. Vu Qua, I will avenge you. Tuyat Nhi approached and whispered. Sister Van, Tuyat Nhi, aren't you supposed to be with Deep Queen? Why are you here? Sister Van, I'm so miserable. I thought that coming to the capital, Deep Queen would treat me well. But as soon as we arrived, he ignored me. Now, I'm nothing but a servant for him. Sister Van, can you help me? You teamed up with Deep Queen to harm Vu Qua in the first place. Why should I help you? But I truly love him. Love him? Loving the one who killed your father? Tuyat Nhi, you really are a fool. When your father died, a servant brought medicine and witnessed that the one who killed him was Deep Queen. At Van family's manor, the 2 families' discussions ended. So, the Dragon King Gui ate Li Vu Qua? That's right, you 2 were misled. Li Vu Qua, with his cunning nature, is known as a scoundrel. The Dragon King Gui is the mystical beast that Li Vu Qua raised. How could it possibly eat him? Van Ha slammed the table in anger. Are you saying that boy is still alive? Not only is he not dead, but he seems to be alive and well. If we want Sister Van to truly sever her feelings, this person must be eliminated. If he continues to grow, he will become a significant threat in the future. So, where is that brat hiding now? Does young Master Deep have any brilliant plans to lure him out? The greatest weakness of Vu Qua is his soft-heartedness. So, why not use the entire tag back as leverage and put the city under siege? In the reception hall of the world-saving path, the medicine emperor checked Na Lan Mong's pulse and said, her recovery rate is very fast. Li Vu Qua rejoiced. That's great, my love. Don't celebrate too soon. The medicine emperor warned. She still needs the yin-yang flower from Tui Wei Cave Heaven to completely eliminate the poison. Li Vu Qua frowned. Tui Wei Cave Heaven was just a place I mentioned once. How did it become so crucial now? At that moment, Deep Trang stepped in and said, Vu Qua, you have a letter. A feather letter from Thien Long City? A feather letter signified urgent military matters. 3 feathers indicated extreme urgency. Na Lan Mong asked, what happened? The Thief King explained, there's a Van family spy in Thien Lang City. It seems the Van family has started to suspect my death. They might make a move on Thien Lang City. Then we should return there immediately. Na Lan Mong urged. No, I must heal you first. I need to hurry to Tui Wei Cave Heaven to find the yin-yang flower. While I'm gone for a few days, I'll rely on all of you to take care of my wife. Don't worry, Vu Qua, one of them said. We'll take good care of her. You just focus on retrieving the yin-yang flower. Vu Qua, promise me you'll come back safe. Na Lan Mong said softly. Don't worry, my love, after days of training, I can now coordinate with Kotai Mai. This time, nothing will go wrong. Before I arrived, I left some traces, so the people from Tan Duong Mon will find this place soon. For my cover, I had to rent the most expensive room, which cost a lot. At that moment, someone knocked on the door. Miss Company, we finally meet again. This is my brother from the clan. He's a fool, and I came to Tan Duong City to find a cure for him. I had no choice. Focusing on 2 things at once is too hard. So he ended up like this. This is a good way to get closer to County Taimai. Someone thought, what is it you want to say? Come inside and say it. What's outside? Suddenly, 2 figures from the Yin Shadow sect, Ma Ka and Ma Lin, entered. Ma Lin praised, as expected of the eldest lady of the Ko family, to detect us so easily. Ma Ka and Ma Lin, you Yin Shadow sect demons. What are you doing here? Everyone in Tan Duong City knows that the eldest daughter of the Ko family is here. Are only you allowed to meet her? And not us? Enough noise. If you have something to say to me, just say it. Here's the thing. Not long ago, we sent a group of disciples into Tui Wei Cave Heaven, but they disappeared without a trace. Miss Company, you are from one of the 5 great families and have vast knowledge. Our master sent us to ask if you knew anything about this. Tui Wei Cave Heaven is a place where immortals practice cultivation, filled with countless extraordinary formations and rare treasures. That's why the immortals set up layer upon layer of restrictive traps. Your brother probably triggered some of the traps inside, she said. May I ask if Lady County has any plan to resolve this? If you can rescue our disciples, we will be eternally grateful. You 2 clans, send some of your elder disciples to accompany me inside. If we find any spoils, you can divide them between your clans. Lady Company, last time you needed blood ginseng. Wasn't it one of the ingredients for treating young Master Sao? Yes, the yin-yang flower from the Tui Wei Grotto Heaven is also one of the ingredients I need. At Tan Duong Sect, beside Lady County Tai Mai, is there really a foolish county young master? That young master's martial cultivation hasn't even reached martial spirit. I really do believe he is foolish. The internal conflicts within the 5 great clans are intense. I suspect that the county young master is struggling to maintain his high status. That boy may be foolish, but he is still a member of the Ko family. I find it difficult for Lady County Tai Mai to be controlled easily. Perhaps we should change our target. Tui Tin Nhi. What do you think about approaching that foolish county young master? Elder's idea is for me to seduce that fool? My daughter. This concerns the future of Tan Duong City. You know that, right? Understood. Alright then. Tui Tin Nhi. Tui Tan Van, and Tui Tan Ha. The 3 of you take your people and accompany Lady County into the Tui Wei Grotto Heaven. Make sure to involve people from the Sat sect. Tui Tin Nhu asked in confusion. Why involve people from the Sat sect? Lady County explained. The Tui Wei Grotto Heaven is full of traps. Let those crude members of the Sat sect scout ahead for us. Lady Company, we have arrived. The Tui Wei Grotto Heaven is behind this waterfall. Li Vu Qua thought. The area around Tan Duong City has such high temperatures. Yet there is a place with ice and snow? This terrain is truly miraculous. Half a year ago, a disciple from the Lang Tiu sect passed through this place and broke a tombstone. This waterfall appeared, and that disciple ended up sealed within an ice pillar. To face such misfortune at a young age is truly heartbreaking. Lang Tiu sect? Wasn't he an important supporting character in my novel? How could he die here? It seems Deep Queen's fate has changed. And so have others. An elder formed a hand seal and waved it, revealing a large magical array. This is the entrance to the Tui Wei Grotto Heaven. The entrance turned out to be a glass-like surface. Li Vu Qua was about to step inside when someone called out. Lady Ko, we are about to enter the Tui Wei Grotto Heaven. Please entrust young Master Ko to my care. The great elder has tasked me with protecting him. Thank you for your trouble. Sister Company, said the elder. Why don't things like this happen to me in real life? It must be because I don't have a martial king sister. Li Vu Qua thought wistfully. The group followed each other inside. Li Vu Qua was surprised at how abundant the icy spiritual energy was. Perhaps if I transfer my consciousness to my true body, I could break through. Just as he transferred his consciousness, he was surprised to find a demon spirit stealthily kissing him. Tui Lin Tin shouted, Demoness, what are you doing? Li Vu snapped. What does this have to do with you? Are you saying Ko Gongzi is sickly? Someone muttered. I didn't say that. Another voice chimed in. Who said I did? I can handle this too. A noble female disciple from an upright sect is now starting to entice men? Someone jeered. Why am I suddenly jealous of this fool? Li Vu thought bitterly. At that moment, everyone's attention shifted to the front. It seemed that the missing Tan Duong sect disciples had all turned into ice pillars. Inside these ice pillars, besides the frozen disciples, there were also various magical artifacts and elixirs. Looks like these were traps. Using artifacts and elixirs as bait to lure people in, Li Vu observed. One disciple from the Sat sect, unable to resist the temptation, reached out to touch one of the ice pillars. There's even a nourishing spirit elixir in here, he exclaimed. Don't touch the ice pillar. Li Vu shouted, but it was too late. The disciple hadn't even registered what was happening before he was frozen into an ice sculpture. This is an ancient bone-freezing formation. Ma'am, the great guardian of Sat sect, said gravely. If we don't break this formation, we won't be able to advance any further. He added. Li Vu spoke up. Ancient formations usually use the 8 trigrams as a foundation. If we can find the vital gate, we can break the formation. The formation's core must be inside one of these ice pillars. Then let's break all the ice pillars, someone suggested. No, that will trigger another layer of restrictions. Wait for me to find the core. Li Vu insisted. What's so scary about restrictions? Just break them. Silence. Everyone follow Miss Ko's instructions. Another voice barked. Damn it, Li Vu thought. County time never spares me any face. Have I not shown enough goodwill? Despite seeing each other so many times, she still treats me coldly. What's this? A top quality sword? Someone muttered. You won't let me touch the ice pillar? I'll do it anyway. Once I get this top quality sword, I'll finally be able to show off in front of Ko Tai Mai. Li Vu sat cross-legged, concentrating. He was close to finding the formation's core. Suddenly, a loud noise made him open his eyes. What's happening? Tui Tan Van, what have you done? An elder shouted. I've obtained the top quality sword. Elder, Tui Tan Van replied triumphantly. You fool, do you want to get us all killed? At that moment, the ground split in two, and two giant ice demons appeared before everyone's eyes. They're ice giants of the martial emperor level, someone screamed. Miss Company, what should we do? Everyone, gather your energy and activate the barrier. Tui Elder, Ma Guardian, handle one of the giants. I'll take the other. Ko Tai Mai ordered. The ice giant swung its massive arm, and Ma Ka shouted, defend with all your energy. A thunderous crash followed as the giant's hand struck down. The other ice giant, meanwhile, sent a wave of frost towards Li Vu. This isn't good, Li Vu thought. Fighting like this is draining our energy too fast. The power of the crimson-eyed dragon has limits, and I intended to save it for when we return to Thien Lang City and use County Tai Mai in battle. But now, even protecting myself is becoming an issue. These two haven't even reached martial emperor level, yet they couldn't inflict any damage on the ice-traversing giants at all. Wait a minute, this is... Li Vu Qua noticed the object on the forehead of the ice-traversing giant. It was crystal. No, this is cold essence, even higher in grade than crystal. It seems this ice-traversing giant isn't a demonic beast, but a puppet powered by spirit stones. If that's the case, just removing the cold essence should be enough to defeat it. Li Vu Qua swung the Lang Tin blade, slashing straight at the crystal on its head. With a crashing sound, the ice-traversing giant began to crumble. After dealing with one, Li Vu Qua turned to the other, and with another powerful slash to its head, brought it down. The two elders watching the scene couldn't help but be stunned. Impossible. She managed to strike down two beasts capable of rivaling a martial emperor at the same time? I've been roaming Tanduang City for 15 years, and I've never seen such a wild and chaotic battle. The essence energy of the scarlet-eyed Zhao dragon is down to just 2/3. Luckily, I managed to get these two cold essence crystals here. The rarity of these cold essences is probably comparable to the scarlet essence on my wife's spear. If I gift them to Quan Tuyat, they'll surely be of great help. Miss Ko, you've saved us. You are truly our benefactor. Miss Ko, we will surely repay this debt. There's no need for such formality. Let's put that aside for now. What do the two of you plan to do next? Miss Company, you decide. We will follow your lead. The spiritual energy here is richer than at the entrance. We should stay and reorganize. Group 5 should continue training. And later, the portion of the team still able to fight will proceed further. I also need to shift my consciousness back to my true form for training. I can't remain stagnant. Back in her true form, she suddenly realized two buns were pressing into her face. Oh my god, I was lucky to switch back in time, or my true form would have suffocated. Hey, you know, my father wants to marry me off to you. You may be a bit simple-minded, but at least you're sincere. Much better than my deceitful cousins, who pretend to marry just to gain a foothold in the city lord's house. Hey, are you even listening to what I'm saying? Li Vu Qua thought to himself. Damn, I forgot to act dumb. Don't cry. Crying will make your pretty face ugly. Wow, even a fool like you knows how to care for others. Everyone, what do you all think we should do next? Miss County Tai Mai ventured in here. Just for her foolish younger brother. There's no reason for us to keep risking our lives. The spiritual energy here is already enough for our cultivation. Let the Yin assassination sect do the scouting. If they die, what does that have to do with us? On the Yin assassination sect's side, Ma Ka spoke. Elder, earlier, the ice-traversing giants drained quite a bit of Ko Tai Mai's essence energy. This is an excellent opportunity for us. Ma replied. Tan Duong sect was originally ours. Guarding these water bandits. It was stolen from us through marriage alliances. It's time to settle old scores. Meanwhile, her true form was meditating and training. After a while, he opened his eyes. Finally, he had advanced to martial spirit level. Unfortunately, his body still couldn't absorb too much spiritual energy for now, otherwise he would have already reached mid-level martial spirit. Ma approached and cupped his hands. Miss Ko, we should depart now. Tui Wei Cave Heaven is fraught with danger, and it's better to act swiftly. Li Vu Quad turned and said, both sects, select your 10 strongest disciples to come with me. The rest will stay here to continue training. Nearby, Ma Ka watched Li Vu Qua leave. So, Ko Tai Mai has been lured away. What happens next will be interesting, he thought. After walking a bit further, the group came upon a grand pavilion, but their path was blocked by an array of soldiers. Noticing intruders, the soldiers raised their weapons, ready to fight. The elder from Tan Duong sect said, if Miss Ko wishes to pass, she must get through these armored soldiers. But the number is overwhelming. If those shields flip up while we're moving, we'll be skewered like a beehive. Li Vu Qua thought carefully. There must be some hidden mechanism. Ma Tran Tone, one of the 3 guardians of Sat sect, cupped his hands and said, I know how to break this formation. When the soldiers draw their shields, there's a brief moment when, if fast enough, we can dash through. The elder from Tan Duong sect mocked. It sounds so easy. Go ahead. Then, Sat sect folks are just a bunch of cowardly rats. Even a mere insect from Tan Duong sect dares to provoke me? Ma Tran Tone shouted. Watch and learn. He dashed forward. See? Timing is everything. Any problem can be solved if done right. Ma yelled. Old third, come back now. Suddenly, the shield beneath his feet tilted. In panic, he shouted. Impossible. Why did the shield retract so quickly this time? Slash. His body was pierced by the soldiers' spears. Foolish and reckless. It seems this formation cannot be broken. Someone muttered. Li Vu Qua, having understood their mechanism, lunged forward. A cold wind swept through, and the soldiers raised their shields simultaneously. The group behind him gasped. Miss Ko, what are you doing? That's too fast. But as the wind stopped, the shields were lowered. The others finally realized. So that's how it works. At last, they stood before the innermost palace of Tui Wei Cave Heaven, but it seemed eerily empty. Where is the yin-yang flower? Someone asked. Is that the celestial eye technique? Li Vu Qua wondered. Opening an ancient scroll, the celestial eye technique, seeing through yin and yang, gazing into the past and future, and unraveling the secrets of the heavens. He read. Suddenly, an anomaly occurred. The characters on the scroll flew out and streamed into Li Vu Qua's mind. A golden light flashed, revealing an abundance of top-quality spiritual stones in front of him. It seems this is a hidden space within Tui Wei Cave Heaven. All the treasures are here. Nearby, a spectral figure, likely an echo of the Tui Wei immortal, pointed to a glowing flower. That must be the yin-yang flower. Wonderful. My wife can be saved. Li Vu Qua thought, as he busily gathered the divine herbs. The phantom touched his forehead. He felt the strength of his puppet core increase to a new level. And the power of the primordial puppet was also enhanced. He didn't know how much time had passed when he opened his eyes again. Everything around him had returned to normal. What is going on? How did I come back here? At the same time, the others entered. Miss Company, did you find anything here? Li Vu Qua shook his head. I just checked everything around here. And there's nothing. Inside, Li Vu Qua chuckled to himself. There's no way I'd let them find out and take all those treasures for myself. If that's the case, we should head back. This place is too strange. I'm worried Shui Tanban's side might encounter some unforeseen events. Agreed. Ma intervened. Wait a moment. Miss Ko, we, from the Yin killing sect, have lost over 70 protectors to get here. Leaving empty-handed is too great a loss. Shouldn't we confirm there's no hidden treasure? That old fox seems to be deliberately stalling for time. I need to quickly check the other side's situation. Go ahead and check. Then, I'll rest a bit, Li Vu Qua said, observing the strange situation. Where did the Yin killing sect go? He wondered. Soon, he found them, engaged in discussion. As expected, there's a plot. Ma Ka, have all the magical devices been arranged? Yes, everything is ready, Lord Ma Ka. Suddenly, Li Vu Qua's shoulder brushed against an ice wall, causing a piece to fall. His face turned pale as he thought. Oh no, I'm doomed. Ma Lin drew his sword and shouted. Who's there? Li Vu Qua stepped out, pretending to be foolish. Big sister, little sister, I'm hungry. I want milk. Bup. He intentionally walked into Ma Lin's barrier of energy. Did he hear us? Ma Ka asked. It's just an idiot, it doesn't matter if he heard anything. Ma Lin replied. Everyone, the time for revenge has come. Prepare for the command. I will activate the 36-star formation. Revenge? Li Vu Qua thought. The Yin killing sect is planning to use this chance to destroy Tanduang sect? Shui Lin Nhi saw Li Vu Qua approaching and curiously asked. Young Master Company, where did you go? Li Vu Qua whispered into her ear. Activate the 36-star formation. Shui Lin Nhi was shocked. Are you saying the Yin killing sect is preparing to use the 36-star formation to ambush us? She rushed over and shouted. Tan Ha, Tan Van, wake up. The Yin killing sect is planning to ambush us using the 36-star formation. What? Those beasts? Tan Duong sect disciples. Prepare for battle. At that moment, the silver goblets began to activate. Beams of light shooting into the sky. What's going on? My power is weakening. This is bad. They've activated the 36-star formation. The formation will weaken our internal energy. The members of the Yin killing sect approached. A man in a green robe asked Ma Lin. Aren't you afraid the county family will find out about this? Ma Lin reassured him. Don't worry. The idiot from the county family has no idea what's happening. We just need to kill them all. And that's it. Die! Shouted Ma Ka and Ma Lin as they lunged forward. Tui Tin Nhi embraced Li Vu Qua and said, Sir Li, I will protect you. Li Vu Qua, though initially forced into being cared for by Tui Tin Nhi, admitted to himself that she was genuinely kind-hearted. If this internal conflict could be stopped, perhaps the glow of his villainous role could increase significantly. Li Vu Qua shifted his consciousness into the puppet and spoke. Great Protector, could you come with me for a moment? What is it, Miss Ko? The man asked. I'll be straightforward. Why did you ambush the people of the Yin Shadow sect? Li Vu Qua questioned. Ma Am's expression darkened. This matter doesn't concern you. Miss Ko, please do not interfere with the feud between the Yin Shadow sect and Tan Duong Man. I don't care what grievances you have. Tui Wei Cave Heaven is full of dangers. Stop playing these internal games. Li Vu Qua warned. You know nothing. The former city lord's daughter was the one I loved, but she was deceived by the sweet words of the master of Tan Duong Man. It's an insult to me. Tan Duong Man is just a bunch of river bandits. They deserve to die. Then why didn't you stop it from the beginning? Besides, not everyone in Tan Duong Man is evil. I must involve myself in this now. Fine, so you insist on interfering? Life among the 5 great families must be too comfortable for you. Ma Am sneered. You've just fought the ice giant and depleted a lot of your energy. What do you plan to do? Li Vu Qua asked. I'll show you the cruelty of the martial world. Ma Am said. Attacking. Li Vu Qua deflected the strike and replied. Good, I'll play along with you. The two began to fight. Nearby, 2 elders from Tan Duong Man were hiding. Brother, should we step in to help? One asked. Not yet. Wait until Miss County is in danger. Then we'll act, and we'll gain her favor. At that moment, Ma Am unleashed his ultimate move. The Dragon Vengeance Grip. Li Vu Qua dodged, countering with a knee strike. What are you trying to grab there? Huh? Die! Li Vu Qua shouted as Ma Am, with a nosebleed, slammed into the wall. Cough. Cough asterisk. As expected of a martial emperor, just one kick has such power. Ma Am muttered. Want to continue? Li Vu Qua challenge. Ma Am smirked and suddenly released a hidden weapon at Li Vu Qua. Startled, Li Vu Qua said, that needle is poisoned. Ma Am removed his shirt and laughed wickedly. Yes, it's the poison of the Poison Emperor. Even if you are at the Martial Emperor level. So what? Let me enjoy myself before you die. Just then, the 2 elders from Tan Duong Man rushed out, shouting, Stop! But Li Vu Qua, moving at lightning speed, stabbed Ma Am in the chest. Ma Am's face turned pale, and he trembled. No, impossible. Apologies, Li Vu Qua said. I've practiced poison resistance. This petty poison can't harm me. This puppet body has neither blood nor flesh. This poison is useless. Boom asterisk. Li Vu Qua dealt the finishing blow. This is the core of the Great Protector. After that fight earlier, only 50% of the blood-eyed Crimson Flood Dragon's essence remains. The essence of human cultivators and beasts has some similarities. I could use this to replenish the energy for the blood-eyed crimson flood dragon's essence. Li Vu Qua thought. The two elders of Tan Duong sect were stunned by the scene. Momentarily terrified, they were just about to rush in as heroes to rescue the damsel when they saw Li Vu Qua had already taken down the demon spirit. Members of the Sat sect, noticing the commotion, hurried over and asked, "Lady Company, what happened?" But when they saw the corpse of their protector, their faces turned pale and they broke out in a cold sweat. "Lady Company, we are truly sorry. The Great Protector had always harbored malicious intentions and dared to commit such an offense against you. However, what he did has absolutely no connection to the Sat sect. We beg Lady County not to hold it against us." Li Vu Qua, while spitting out the poison, laughed and said, "Haha, my purpose this time is for the yin-yang flower. As for the Great Protector's actions, I won't take my anger out on you. But if all of you wish to oppose me, then that would be something I gladly welcome." Outside, two disciples from the sects were fiercely fighting. "Ma Ka, are you not afraid that Lady Company will hunt you down to the ends of the earth?" "Afraid? What is there to fear? When the time comes, I'll leave the fool county alive, and I can spin the truth as I wish." "Stop, it was all a scheme by the Great Protector. The mastermind behind it has already been slain by Lady Ko. Everyone, stop fighting." With a clatter, the sword in Ma Ka's hand fell to the ground. He muttered in disbelief, "My father is dead?" The protector of the Sat sect spoke up. "Great Elder, shall we have a word?" "Two protectors, what are you plotting now?" The Great Elder spoke harshly. The discord with Tan Duong sect was always fueled by the Great Protector. Now that he's dead, it's time to end the grudges between our two clans. I've noticed that although young Master County may be a fool, he's quite fond of women. Why don't we marry Tui Tin Nhi and Ma Lin to him and secure an alliance with the prominent county family? I have thought of that as well. But the county family, being one of the 5 great clans, still values status. How could they accept us? Then make it a done deal. Isn't that a specialty of your family? At that moment, Li Vu Qua was sitting cross-legged on the bed. I have managed to secure the yin-yang flower and sent it off. After leaving the Tui Wei Grotto heaven, a technique called Heavenly Eye Vision appeared in my mind. Li Vu Qua closed his eyes to try out the new technique. Unexpectedly, the Heavenly Eye Vision allowed him to see the flow of vital energy waves. Just then, someone came to knock on the door. What in the world? This thing even lets me see through objects? This is way too powerful. I can't let this be known. Wait a moment, judging by the figure, it seems to be Tui Tin Nhi. Tui Tin Nhi was holding a box as she entered County Young Master's room. "Why are you sitting on the floor? Where's Lady Ko?" "My sister is busy. I'm playing with worms." "County Young Master, please stand up. I brought you some delicious food." Fortunately, Lady Company was not here, otherwise, this would have been hard to manage. "Come, Ko Young Master, this is sweet honey wine. This cup is for you." Then, Tui Tin Nhi, in front of him, began to remove her clothing. Li Vu exclaimed, "I'll take a bath first. Don't you dare drink all the wine while I'm gone." He watched Tui Tin Nhi leave and thought, what is she up to? Could she really be interested in that fool? There might be something suspicious about that wine. Better to switch it out just to be safe. Li Vu muttered, "I wonder how effective the celestial eye technique is. I swear, I'm only practicing cultivation, not spying." He reassured himself, focusing his gaze toward the bathroom. He activated the celestial eye technique. Oh my, Tui Tin Ni's figure, mother of, no, I can't keep training this technique. It's too dangerous and will drain my vitality. After some time, Tui Tin Nhi emerged, speaking hesitantly. "Ko Gongzi, I've finished my bath. Haven't you tried the honey wine yet? It's quite bitter," she said. Without further words, Tui Tin Nhi took a big sip and emptied her cup. "Seriously? You drank from my cup?" Li Vu thought. Could it be that neither cup was tampered with? "It's not bitter, it's actually sweet. Here, have a sip," Tui Tin Nhi said, offering him the cup. "Wait, I almost forgot. The wine from that bottle is definitely suspicious." Li Vu realized. "Look, a bug," he shouted. Startled, Tui Tin Nhi clung to Li Vu and whimpered, "I'm terrified of bugs." Suddenly, the door burst open. Ma Lin, dressed in a revealing lace dress, leapt into the room. "Is this all you have to attract this fool?" she mocked. "Ma Lin, what are you doing here?" Tui Tin Nhi gasped. Of course, I had to come. My father instructed me to accompany you. And we've been waiting forever. I'm parched. Ma Lin grabbed the wine bottle containing the aphrodisiac and chugged it. No, Ma Lin, stop, that's, Tui Tin Nhi cried. But it was too late. Ma Lin had already downed the entire bottle. That was spring breeze across 10,000 miles. I bought it from the black market. It induces strong desires. Tui Tin Nhi warned. Tui Tin Nhi. You're adorable. Ma Lin cooed, her eyes sparkling. And Ma Lin, you seem unusually graceful today. Tui Tin Nhi replied with a shy smile. Seeing the two women glancing passionately at each other, Li Vu seized the chance to slip away. Whatever happens next has nothing to do with me, he muttered. Li Vu returned to the pavilion and opened the system panel. He noticed that his villain aura had increased by 19%. This trip to Tui Wei Dong Thien wasn't in vain. He noted. The aura of Deep Queen also rose by an additional 2%. Seems like something interesting is happening in the capital, Li Vu thought. Seeing Nap Lan Mong heading out, Li Vu called out, My dear, why are you going out? Vu Qua, let's go back to Thien Lang City. The movement on Van Ra's side won't be quick. She replied, You just recovered, rest a bit longer. Don't worry, Du sister's medical skills are exceptional, Li Vu said. At that moment, Du Trang and the Medicine King rushed in. This is urgent, they shouted. What happened? Li Vu asked, puzzled. I just received news that the 5 great families have dispatched an elite squad to attack back. They're likely targeting Thien Lang City. The Medicine King said. You must return and see what's happening. He urged. Vu Qua, let's set out immediately. Nap Lan Mong insisted. Li Vu Qua's face turned pale. The 5 great families? This is bad. It's Deep Queen. If Deep Queen knows about my connection with the Dragon King Turtle, he will definitely figure out that I'm not dead yet. Li Vu Qua took out 2 items from his spatial ring. Elder Medicine King, Trang, you both have helped me a lot. I have nothing much to repay you. But here are 2 treasured books and medicinal herbs, obtained from the Tui Wei Celestial Cave. I hope you'll accept them as a token of my gratitude. One is a guide to playing mahjong. The other is a secret book on courting women. Oh my goodness. Kid, you didn't clear out the Tui Wei Celestial Cave, did you? That's incredible. You know me well. Brother, take this. Vu Qua. This is the medical compendium containing my insights from 25 years of healing, including methods to identify herbs from the asterisk compendium of 100 plants. This 5-colored snow lotus, I'll accept as a tuition fee. Keep the other herbs for yourself. Thank you. Elder Medicine King. At Thien Lang City, news spread today that Vu Qua and Nap Lan Mong were returning. Guan Van Pham led a group of people outside the city to wait for them. Before long, Li Vu Qua arrived on a flying sword with Nap Lan Mong. Big brother, sister-in-law, why are you back so early? I heard that the people of the 5 great families are flocking to the northern frontier. We were worried, so we came back a bit early. Young master, these are 2 pieces of cold essence. Take them. Then he whispered something into Quan Toyat's ear. Quan Toyat replied, I understand. Everything will follow the young master's orders. Here, this is for you. Vu Qua, what is this? My universal silk pouch. Open it only in dangerous situations. No matter what happens, don't be afraid, I'm here. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning struck in the distance, and soldiers rushed back to report. It's not good. The Dragon King Turtle at Lin and Sun has been ambushed. Li Vu Qua gritted his teeth. The Dragon King Turtle is the guardian of Thien Lang City. If it dies, Thien Lang City won't hold. They want to take Kim Tran and destroy the city, killing people, even if it's the 5 great families. I will make them pay the price. Gather everyone. Follow me to save the Dragon King Turtle. Outside the mountains, the Dragon King Turtle was fighting alone against the forces of the 5 great families, its body covered in wounds. Die, all of you. With a loud smash, a metallic fist struck, and the Dragon King Turtle roared in pain as it fell, its massive body crashing to the ground, tearing up the earth. Elder Van Tu laughed heartily. Ha ha, you beast. You're already at your last breath. I say, that Li Vu Qua really is a cowardly turtle. No one even knows which corner he's hiding in. Why waste your life for him? The Dragon King Turtle growled lowly. I will never surrender. At that moment, a cannonball flew in with a whoosh. Van Tu dodged to the side. If you're brave, Then come after me, you old man. This brat is indeed not dead. I had planned to storm Nan City and force him out, but I didn't expect him to walk into the trap himself. Falcon Squad, hear my command, capture Li Vu Qua. So, it's the Falcon Squad, the special forces of the 5 great families. The cultivation level of these Fai-Ung assassins is all martial emperor and above. It seems the Van family is determined to eliminate me. Li Vu Qua thought. Kill them all, leave none of these scum alive. Thud, thud, thud. Soldiers and warriors in the front row fell victim to the flying darts, many dying instantly. One man shouted in alarm. They've already killed more than 20 of our brothers in just one clash. Li Vu Qua frowned as he assessed the battlefield. The disparity in strength between the two sides was stark, and the morale of the Thien Lang guards was waning. If this continued, they would lose without putting up a fight. Boom, boom, boom. The sound of drums echoed, drawing everyone's attention. Brothers, these Van family tyrants have bullied us time and time again. They treat Thien Lang City as their playground, fighting and killing as they please. Do they think that being one of the 5 great families allows them to treat human lives as worthless? The crowd exchanged glances, and then their spirits ignited with rage. We have no way back. Brothers, hold your weapons tight, for our Thien Lang City. We fight to the death against these villains. Nap Lan Mong raised her spear and shouted, for Thien Lang City. Everyone joined in, shouting in unison, for Thien Lang City, before charging forward to engage in a life-or-death battle. Van Lao Nyi inhaled deeply as he observed the scene. These people, I thought they were just a bunch of cowardly commoners from the north. Today, they've shown me something different. He then activated *Doc Nyan*, the signature technique of the Van family. Let this be your reward. I will ensure you die swiftly. He sneered as venomous insects swarmed from his body, commanded by the power of his eye technique. Ah, get them off! Get them off! People screamed as the venomous insects bit and tore into them. Suddenly, a wave of smoke rolled in, killing many of the venomous insects. Li Vu Qua had taken out an insecticide from his system. Venomous insects. Huh? I have just the antidote for you. This was from the treasure trove of the water bandits in Tanduang City. I've already stashed everything in my Alibaba account. Buy whatever you want, it's all funded. He thought as he distributed 20 cans of insecticide to his comrades. Big brother, what kind of treasure is this? Just one spray, and they're all dead. Haha, so much for your vaunted reputation. Old man, all it takes is a spray. The 2 Van elders trembled with rage. You filthy commoners, how dare you? One of the elders charged at Li Vu Qua, shouting, Li Vu Qua, die for me. Li Vu Qua was startled to death. He was completely paralyzed by the pressure of the martial emperor's aura and couldn't move at all. Niu, standing beside him, lunged forward, knocking Li Vu Qua out of the way with a loud thud. Van Er's palm pierced through Niu's stomach. Before dying, Niu struggled to say, protect Thien Tran well. Ma Can and Ma Dap Cap, seeing their comrade killed, furiously charged forward. You beast! Van swung his arm, slicing them both in half. Li Vu Qua roared in anger. Damn you, I will not forgive you. The 1,000-handed demon he summoned lashed out. Van dodged the tentacles. Puzzled, what kind of bloodline is this? Li Vu Qua appeared behind him, wielding a blade. Van showed no fear, turning and reaching out with his hand. Is this your full strength? Accept your death. Suddenly, Li Vu Qua laughed. Ha ha. Van was momentarily stunned. Behind him, Nap Lan Mong activated her bloodline, summoning a 5-clawed golden dragon that struck forward. Van caught the spear tip with one hand. Attacks of this level can't hurt me. I am a martial emperor. With a loud smack, Van struck Nap Lan Mong in the stomach, sending her crashing into a tree with a painful cry. You have no chance left to win. He turned back to Li Vu Tran and saw him sticking his tongue out mockingly. You brat, you're mocking me. Suddenly, Van sensed something behind him. The puppet, Ko Tai Mai, had, at some unknown moment, stabbed a blade into his chest. You don't need to know who I am. You just need to know that today is your death day. With a slicing sound, the blade was withdrawn. Van shouted, You dare defy me? I am part of the 5 great families. Internally, he cursed. Damn it, how could Li Vu Qua's subordinate be a martial emperor-level expert? That strike hit my heart perfectly, leaving me unable to move. So what if you're from the 5 great families? Did you think of this day when you abused your power and slaughtered innocents? Wait, I'm Thien Tran's uncle. Kim Tran is on good terms with Li Vu Qua. You must spare me for her sake. Li Vu Qua might know Van Kim Tran, but I don't. Die. Li Vu Qua raised his blade, ready to strike. Suddenly, a voice called out, "Stop." Li Vu Qua looked over. Van shouted, "Fong Tan Van, where have you been so long? Save me, hurry, lady, release Van now, or your family will face complete annihilation." Ha ha. 8,000 iron-winged eagles, don't mention Heavenly Wolf City. Even a celestial ranked sect could be wiped out overnight. Good, you know a lot, Li Vu Qua said. Old man, I don't care what relationship you have with Li Vu Qua. Get lost. Sounds terrifying, Li Vu Qua sneered, but this old monster must die. You have guts to kill people from the 5 great families. How could I just stand by and watch? Prepare yourself, little girl. Die. The old man swung his tail down like a whip. Li Vu Qua held his blade up to block the old man's attacks. On the other side, Phi Ung Tiu was also charging toward Na Lan Mong. Guan Van Pham thought to himself, it's over. The Van family has perished. The end of Tak Bak has come. Sister-in-law, what should we do now? He asked anxiously. Before leaving, Vu Qua had given me a pouch and told me to open it only in the most critical moment. After reading the letter inside, Na Lan Mong bit her lip. Troubled, she raised her spear and shouted, "Don't give up. Prepare to fight." Both sides then plunged into a frenzied battle. The forces of Nan City were completely overpowered by the martial emperors of the 5 great families. Li Vu Qua turned and shouted, "Everyone, be careful." The old man moved in close. "Worry about yourself first," he shouted as he struck with his tail, slamming Li Vu Qua into the ground. Quan Tuyat clenched her fists and said, "Young master, what should I do?" Remembering what he had told her earlier. Quan Tuyat, these 2 ice crystals can grant you immense power. But you will lose your memory and become someone else. If I fall, take these crystals, protect yourself, and defend Nan City. Young master, I won't let anyone harm you, she resolved. At that moment, a bright blue light flashed, drawing everyone's attention to Quan Tuyat. A surge of immense icy power erupted from her. She raised her hand and manipulated the spiritual energy, freezing the warriors of the 5 great families in an instant. Na Lan Mong and others were stunned by what they witnessed. Guan Van Pham finally understood why Li Vu Qua was willing to risk everything to keep Quan Tuyat. Could it be that Quan Tuyat is the goddess of ice and snow? He thought. Quan Tuyat gradually regained consciousness and opened her eyes in surprise. Why am I here? Li Vu Qua, battered, looked up. He had hoped for Quan Tuyat to mature over time. But with the impending disaster, he had no choice but to awaken her early. Once Quan Tuyat awakened, her memories would return, and she would leave him to return to her true homeland. Quan Tuyat, are you going to leave me too? He thought sadly. Quan Tuyat's gaze fell on Li Vu Qua, and she cried out, "Young master." Li Vu Qua was stunned. So, she's still Quan Tuyat. She hasn't forgotten me. He realized. He was about to fly toward her when suddenly, a massive hand descended from the sky with a thunderous impact. The puppet body absorbed the full blow, causing Li Vu Qua's consciousness to snap back to reality. In the sky appeared the heads of the 5 great families. Van Ha spoke. Who would have thought that a small Tak Bak could stir up so much trouble? This is truly interesting. Hua family head, Hua Tianla, frowned. Li Vu Qua dared to kill Van Jia. Van Ha, seething with anger, declared, "Wait, I'll crush him with one strike, and everything will be resolved." Fong family head, Fong Van Li, added, "A mountain produces fierce water and formidable beasts. The people of this place need stricter control." Ko family head, Ko Vo Song, remained silent, observing from the side. Hearing these words, Quan Tuyat's face became unpleasant. "Don't harm the young master." Deep Hong waved his hand, saying, "You overestimate yourself." Slash, slash, slash. 3 beams of yellow energy pierced through Quan Tuyat's body. She threw her head back, spitting out blood, then collapsed, weakly falling to the ground. Li Vu Qua quickly rushed over to catch her. "Quan Tuyat, why have you reverted to your original form?" Han Tang, as she ate 2 pills, explained, "I suddenly forgot about the young master. So, I tried to force one of the pills out. And then the Dragon King spoke. This is the aura of a martial king. What has happened to the 5 martial kings of Tak Bak?" Could there be some super strong expert who wants to erase everything here? Li Vu Qua gently laid Quan Tuyet down. Up until now, I'm still only a martial spirit. Now, facing 3 or more martial kings, it seems there's no way to win. It looks like we have no choice but to go down this path. The automaton had only been drained of its energy. As long as I take the inner core of the Van family's automaton and recharge it, we can get it moving again. Li Vu Qua picked up the sword and aimed it at the 5 men. Greetings, clan leader, senior. Not bad, you have such courage. You're quite a righteous person. You've raised a child like that, it's not all for nothing. Stop pretending to be compassionate. Don't think I don't know. The death of my father and the 5 great clans are certainly connected. Years ago, the 3 princes plotted against my father. You all knew the truth. Yet you decided to turn a blind eye. Vu Qua, how can you say that? If it weren't for my father, you wouldn't even be alive today. Nap Lan Mong, you think I truly loved you? You are the daughter of the man who killed my father. I was only using you. You think you can end up well? Come with me to hell. With that, he thrust a blade into Nap Lan Mong's body. In his hand, Li Vu Qua held a vial of fake blood. He leaned in close to her ear and whispered, "Sorry, my wife. I don't want Heavenly Wolf City to be buried because of me." Nap Lan Mong, in pain, said, "Why must you shoulder all the blame? Haha, go to hell, all of you." Hua Clan's leader Hua Tianle shouted in anger. "A scoundrel like you dares to raise a hand against your own wife?" With a loud thud, the Long King Turtle leapt forward to block and help Li Vu Qua. "Old man, why haven't you fled yet? You brat? Lin Sha Mountain is my domain. I've eaten so many of your dry fish. How could I let you die here?" It spat out a large object. Li Vu Qua received it. Puzzled, "What's this, old turtle?" The Long King replied, "This is my successor. Born from the wife I lost. Take it with you. Take care of my little turtle. As for me, I won't last long." Li Vu Qua quickly mounted the sword and, with Quan Tuyet, swiftly flew off. Van Ha frowned. "Wasn't the martial king woman already killed by me? This brat is trying to run. Chase him down." The Long King Turtle blocked the way, shouting, "What do you think you're doing?" The turtle's shell was shattered by Van Ha's strike. "It's not good. This beast is going to self-destruct. It wants to take us all down with it." Deep Hong clasped his hands, muttering, "Extreme immortal sword technique, 3 strokes." He waved his hand and shouted, "Boom, boom, boom." Swords of light surrounded him, aiming to lock down the Long King Turtle. "Goodbye, little brat." With a thunderous explosion, the Long King Turtle exploded into pieces. When the dust settled, a large crater was revealed. Luckily, Deep Hong acted quickly to prevent the explosion from spreading. Ko Vo Song coughed. "I can't believe Li Vu Qua managed to escape." Van Ha waved his hand. "Someone, quickly chase after them to that wooden bridge." "Where is our young master going?" "Tuyet Nhi, listen to me. Your true identity is the Ice and Snow Queen of the northernmost kingdom. That is where your home is. You must go and retrieve something that belongs to you." "But I don't know anything. I don't want to leave the young master. In truth, I've always considered you my sister. You have to trust yourself. You have already devoured a cold crystal and reached the martial spirit level. That's enough to protect yourself. If we act together and get caught, we won't have a chance for revenge. Young master, nothing should happen to you. I don't want you to be harmed." The naive girl cried out. Calling him Kakade, Quan Tuyet hugged him tightly and called out twice, "Caca." Li Vu Qua patted her head. What if I die? You must gather the forces of the northernmost kingdom and avenge me. If I don't die, we will meet again one day." Suddenly, he froze, sensing someone approaching. He urgently told Quan Tuyet to run, while he stayed behind to block the incoming person. To his surprise, it was the head of the Ko family. Ko Vo Song. "Haha, it seems my death day has come." On the other side, an old man looked suspiciously at the bloodstain on the ground. Strange. Li Vu Qua and Nap Lan Mong always worked together. Why did Li Vu Qua suddenly turn against her? The fresh blood isn't fake. The wound isn't made up either. Could it be that Li Vu Qua was always using Nap Lan Mong? Really? Nap Lan, the princess. Do you know who the woman who killed the head of the Van family was? That woman? She's probably just Li Vu Qua's mistress. I can't believe he secretly built a tower to keep a mistress. I will tear him apart into 1,000 pieces. Princess Nap Lan, you should not be so heartbroken over such a mongrel. Several of the clan heads have personally pursued him. Li Vuqua won't be able to escape. The old man turned to Nap Lan Mong. Take care of yourself. We will leave now. After speaking, he led his people away. Nap Lan Mong, at this moment, was shedding tears, muttering to herself, Li Vuqua. At that time, Guan Van Pham, hearing everything, asked his sister-in-law, what exactly happened? It was when we were returning to Heavenly Wolf City. Vuqua gave me this embroidered pouch. Inside was a note that said he exchanged his life for the safety of Heavenly Wolf City. Nap Lan Mong swore, if my husband, Li Vuqua, comes to harm, I will make the 5 great clans pay with their blood. Returning to Li Vuqua, he thought to himself that only County Vosong seemed to have any intention of not making a move. It seemed that the others had split up to search for him. The enemy was from the martial sect. Even if Ko Tai Mai helped, it would be difficult to fight them off. He needed to find a way to escape before the others arrived. This was his last chance at survival. Ko Vosong showed no intention of attacking and casually waved his hand to dismiss Li Vuqua's concerns. You're very smart, but you've left many clues behind, causing the people of the 5 great families to lose track of you. What's your plan now? You could try to make your escape, but whether you survive depends on fate. Li Vuqua, startled, asked, why are you helping me? The blade is my uncle's. Ko Vosong replied, Na Lan, the great saint, gave it to me. As for the sword of Van Kim Tran, it belongs to my aunt. Our family has long been dissatisfied with the Heavenly Dao sect, so I'm giving you a way out. But you must be cautious. That kid, Deep Queen, is ruthless and cunning. Ko Vosong continued, this entire siege was his plan. Stay alive, and don't make those waiting for you suffer. Li Vuqua was taken aback. You mean Kim Tran? At that moment, Ko Vosong looked toward the rear and without hesitation, knocked Li Vuqua down. You're finally here, he said, grinning. Your intelligence is impressive. I've decided to let you go. But if you don't act quickly, that kid might slip away for real. Ha ha ha, we're all gathered now. I'm just a small son-in-law. Yet the heads of the 5 great families are so troubled trying to chase me down. This is truly a blessing from my ancestors. Ko Vosong continued. Li Vuqua, with a serious expression, replied, I've never done anything underhanded to harm anyone. I haven't done anything wrong. You should leave quickly. Ko Vosong said, if you can survive until you reach the east, someone called the Wolf Lord will help you. He then pressed a ring into Li Vuqua's hand, pushing him into a ravine. Meanwhile, the others grumbled, we're going all out to deal with a martial spirit, and yet we had to personally lead the charge? This is like using a sledgehammer to kill a fly. Deep Queen had once said that this man was full of crafty schemes. He had even faked his death before. I'm afraid this time, the patriarch of the Van family has doubts about my power. One of them added, even though I'm a martial sect level cultivator. Ko Vosong waved it off. Don't misunderstand, brother. I'm not worried about Li Vuqua. He's the one I'm afraid of. Just then, someone ran up and shouted, not good, Miss Kim Tran has run away. That wretch, the elder growled, no longer concerned about Li Vuqua. He immediately rushed off. Somewhere else, Van Kim Tran was hurrying away. Suddenly, her steps faltered, and Deep Queen appeared in front of her. Kim Tran, you should return, he said. I don't want to fight you. He added, but do you really think your family can protect you just because you're from the Deep family and have reached the martial king level? Senior sister, why are you so stubborn? Li Vuqua is just a discarded dog from the Li family. The 5 great families are hunting him down. He's probably dead by now. Shut up, Vuqua will be fine. Again with Li Vuqua? He's just a worthless scoundrel. Why does he deserve your affection? You should belong to me. You are mine. Vuqua is right. You're someone who always thinks you're right. Aren't you? From your underhanded tactics to the women I couldn't have. Li Vuqua doesn't deserve to have them either. Deep Queen used her bloodstone and struck the ground with a loud boom. The ground cracked, and Tuyid Nhi stood aside, feeling upset after hearing Deep Queen's words. Why are you treating me like this? Van Kim Tran swung his sword at Deep Queen, forcing her to retreat. Tuyid Nhi anxiously ran forward to help, but Deep Queen shouted, get lost, didn't you hear me? Get lost. The sound of a sword dropping rang out as Deep Queen's sword fell to the ground. His face went pale as he stuttered. Tuyid Nhi, you. Deep Queen, you never loved me, you've always used me, you killed my father, destroyed the Hao Blood City. All because of you. Ha ha ha. I'm so stupid. I was so foolish. So you've known all along, haven't you? Why did you deceive me? Why did I stay loyal to you? Only to end up inviting the wolf into my home? I should have killed you from the start. Suddenly, a masked figure appeared and struck with a sword, severing Deep Queen's arm. He screamed in agony as his face turned pale. Tuyat Nhi asked, "Who are you? Why did you save me?" The figure didn't answer but walked toward Van Kim Tran. Kim Tran, junior sister, are you alright? I'm fine. The others will be here soon. We must leave quickly. This voice was so familiar. Could it be this person? What's going to happen to him? He's been seriously wounded. Even a divine being can't save him. Let him be. Deep Queen lay on the ground, calling out, "Don't, senior sister. Save me. Our 3 years of bond. Do you really forget it? Damn it, I'm not going to die." The three of them walked toward the bridge. Van Kim Tran said, "We should stop here. Having too many people increases the risk of being discovered. I'll go to Zhongdu alone." Li Vu Qua, unaware of his current situation, wondered if he was alright.